Hey, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to freaking. I'm trying out this new thing. I forgot to freaking add the tags to it. Anyway, waiting on Poe to get here as well. So relax. Check this out. Though this is pretty cool. Like play a video behind me. Anyway, so I'm gonna add those tags real quick. Uh, I don't know if anybody watched tonight's episode of Loki. I hope you did, and that's why you're here because it was. It's so painful. I could have had so many more notes than what I ended up having because there was moments where like I just didn't even think about the notes because of how absurd everything on the screen like it was happening, and I don't know why. Why are you doing this? What is? Anyway, it won't let me do it now. Whatever, I'll do it after. Anyway, yeah. So it was really bad. It starts out. And I had questions immediately, and like so they pop out and someone's like, "Hey, they're at a Renaissance fair in 1985," and someone's just like, "Hey, you're not dressed appropriate for the whatever, right?" It's weird. Was he knocked out by a stupid mortal female again? Close to it. Yeah, very close to it. Which so there's some argument about this. Like it could be like everybody's calling it the girl Loki, or sorry, the female. Sorry, the Loki who identifies. No, sorry, we don't know that yet. The Loki who passes for female. It doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah. So they drop off at this Renaissance fair, and they're just walking around, going to this tent or whatever in the middle of it. What bothers me is that they later on they talk about how like oh we can't just show up because just us being there would cause it to have a nexus event, the splitting, right? I'm like, yeah, y'all were just walking around though, but I guess it's since they have the time bomb that resets it, everything's cool. That he was KO'd by a female time cup in episode 1. Was he KO'd? Yeah, see, like hit him with the time stick that makes your lips move in certain times or some shit. I don't remember, but yeah, he gets ass whooped a couple times. And by the way, he is not he is such a pussy. And I don't. Oh shit! Should I have said that? I fucking forget it. He's just just his beta energy in a lot of this is so much. Like he's like oh, it's not funny. It's not clever. Look who's here. Hey Poe. Oh, look at that! I can do all kinds of shit, huh? Oops, sorry, Poe.
Howdy.
I'm using a new one. It's always good. Look. Yeah, this is fine. Sorry, I'm using a new StreamYard like thing. All right, I've left the idle.
Yeah, that's what had my computer a little confused. What is? Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty nice though, dude. Like a lot of options. Like I'm playing a video like behind us for whatever reason. Like it's legit. In the middle of a summoning. First of all, Wookiee. Like if you need to go back and like summon a sex goddess or whatever, like L. Ron Hubbard did, like you can watch the replay, brother. But glad you're here. I get more than one demon out of it. Well, wait, hold on. What do you mean if you get one more? If you get more than one? I'm good. Dude, don't watch. Don't. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna tell you not to watch it. You can watch it, man. It's so. Did you watch it, Poe?
Yes, I did watch it.
What were your thoughts? Like, I'm just at the Renaissance Fair and I'm already fucking confused and I have questions.
My thoughts on the episode, I give it a 7 out of 10. To be honest with you. Yes, of course. Why not?
Wait, do you have like an is it like your 10 is normal people's 1?
My 10 is probably a normal people 6.
So if I rate a film with a 6, you're like perfect. 10. 10 out of 10.
No, I give it a 7.
Look, it's not that I think it's okay, it's bad. I really do think it's bad. But like
Is it
if
worse than the first episode, Mr. Matt?
okay, the reason why I say it's not, if you want, by the way, it's about watching it or not. If I think it's helpful, the only reason I did it was so that I could participate in these types of conversation. Um, a small vortex to hell out of like the basement door. We should be fine. He probably was high, but that doesn't excuse anything. But no, like if you want to watch it so you know what everyone's going to be talking about, that's the only reason I watched it. Listen, no, I think that yes, I think this episode was better simply for the fact that that big, that big ass scraping of the entire MCU was done last episode. So that initial shock of like, what the fuck are you doing is done. So you know what I mean? You've kind of had a week to process how badly they're fucking up. You know what I mean? So you're not hit with that initial blow. But no, I have so many questions.
I mean, that's what the episode's supposed to do. It's supposed to leave you with questions. Because there's a lot from the first episode that still haven't been answered yet today. And
No,
I think that's the beauty about what Marvel is doing. But as far as like giving us and the character Loki and actually trying to make us enjoy what they present in front of us, they're failing in that area because he wasn't a favorite character of mine. He's only a Dream Girls, the teenage heartthrob type of character, if you
bro.
understand what I'm saying. But
No. Like, yeah, questions are great. Like, ooh, I wonder what's gonna happen next. The question shouldn't be like, wait, how the fuck does this even exist? How does any of this work?
they're building something.
No, where you know what they skipped? The first 17 layers, like levels of the building that are very important, the foundation, and they keep
Okay,
lampshading us.
I can give you that, but the only problem, Mr. Matt, that I had with the episode when it first came on, we see Loki sitting at a desk. So, and speaking to the
Cartoon?
African the cartoon with the African American lady, she comes up. So all of a sudden they're cool now, and he's part of the team now. I'm like, what the fuck happened between? He just stuck her in a time loop, and she stuck him into one, and they were
She didn't
hating
really
each other. But
seem
all
yeah,
of a
she
sudden,
really didn't seem cool with him at all.
everybody's now perfectly fine with each other. It
Oh, I didn't catch that at all. No, like, she was not cool. You're talking about C12, I think is her
what?
name, C.
They have name by letters
Yeah.
and numbers.
So,
Okay,
the 18-year-old female that was commander of the TVA, like, response team or whatever,
they got
she's
taken.
commander. Yeah, that got taken. Her name is
Yeah,
C20.
yeah, C20. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Why is she in charge of anyone? She is like, I don't think she legally could drive.
But
She
they
could not buy alcohol.
But see, you're looking at a kind of human age. It's not human age. It's all by the lizard people, and they
Right,
control
okay.
everything. So
Yeah, and
age
time
doesn't mean nothing. They just make everybody look different.
okay, so, yeah, the lizard people control everything, they made everything. Um, Now one thing I wanna
Yeah.
get into because it bothered me the most was how, Wow, was talking about, Owen Wilson, was talking about how, like, they don't know how it ends yet because 'cause they're still, like, unweaving the time, right? So they haven't gotten to the end yet, the lizard people haven't yet. Where does it cut off? Because we know they can go into the future. We know that they, can
Is
go
it
into
cut off though?
time. Yeah, it is. Well, because
Because
it's not done yet.
no.
It's not
Because
done
when
yet.
Loki went to the library or whatever it's called there, um, he wanted the past, he wanted the future. Everything was
Yeah,
classified. You
right.
know, so
The future
it's there, but it's classified.
no, it's
Classified
not.
by whom? Who?
No,
You
no,
know.
well, no, the lizard people, obviously. No, the future is not finished. If Owen Wilson, wow, like, specifically said that it is not done yet.
Yeah.
because he was asking him like, "Well, what's the end game with y'all?" He's like, "I don't know. They're not done like weaving the almighty time line. They're not done with it yet. They're still working on it.
Hmm.
How it ends. How far can you go? How far are they ahead? Like that's so weird. Like how because we know they can go into the future, but they can't go past a certain point in the timeline because the timeline ends.
Hmm.
Cool.
I mean, that is true because I think the future is steady changing because of what's going on in the present, which causes Nexus events.
Right.
Everything I'm seeing everything in the episode as everything is a Nexus event, or basically another word for it, out of the ordinary, what's supposed to happen event. You know?
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
for no. Like I mean, it. All right. Let me ask you this. Right. Why
Okay.
is it that there are so many versions of Loki?
Multiverses.
Right. Yeah. But that doesn't. But that doesn't mean that like, and it's all on the same timeline too. Remember, there's only one timeline.
They merged different timelines together. That's their mistake. I
No,
believe they're going to realize their mistake.
there's only one timeline,
There was
but it is a
multiple.
huh?
There was multiple timelines
I'm
in
not
the
talking about
beginning.
then, I'm talking about now. There is one timeline. Now there's
Okay.
multiverses in there, right?
Okay.
Okay. How did they not know it was this variant? How did they not know the variant? Can they not look in time and be like, let's see, everyone is where they're supposed to be. And then
See, that's
if somebody leaves and does a Nexus event, well, you can see that that person isn't there anymore.
well. If you ever been to a farm where they herd cattle and bulls, and you never been there before, the first thing you're gonna smell is bullshit. So that's why I think bullshit is coming along with the lizard people, the timekeepers, TVA. They're full of
No,
bullshit.
well, we don't no, but like, okay, then what are they? Like, there's no structure to this.
The structure to this show is we're watching it through Loki's point of view,
Not
and
not
he's being
no, not
introduced
only.
into it. We are being introduced to it as a
But they're
character.
having
But
conversations about it by themselves when Loki's not around.
they're not questioning because they were created by those beings. If you're talking about the characters
By the
there,
way, how can Owen Wilson eat a salad and, like, know what a salad is? Obviously, they have a cafeteria, but that other dude doesn't even know what a fish is.
fish is correct. That's why I'm calling bullshit.
Why?
Everything is an illusion. I think this is a bigger illusion for something bigger.
Uh,
Seriously, yes.
I hope it's all an illusion, but we know it's not because we've seen them with a technology that is beyond what we have known in the MCU.
The Infinity Stones don't even work there.
Yeah,
Magic
that's
doesn't
what I'm
work
saying.
there. Sorcery doesn't work there.
No, so where does it all come from then? If it doesn't come from the
Thank
lizard
you.
people,
Yeah, I'm calling BS. It's a bigger spell somewhere else.
it but it's interacting with what we know to be real. So that means it does have the power, spell or not. It still has the power of time travel.
But think about this: they can enter when the Avengers Loki, if he get that whatever they use to
The
build a
Tesseract?
rectangular shaped snow to go into different time periods. He
Yeah,
can
yeah.
get that and go back into when they fought Ultron, when they fought
Yes.
Thanos, when he died, in
Yeah.
the future when he died, because technically, on the human standpoint, he haven't died yet because he left during 2012 Avengers, but in 2023 Endgame he died. But so technically he can do that. So they're not bound by time at all. They're
Hang on.
not.
Kinda sounds like it might be the episode of Loki where they almost get off the island, but Gilligan messes up the whole thing. I would be more excited if they had the globe trotters, like that episode. What's this episode of the one where Mr. Furley misunderstands the situation and assumes sexual shenanigans, and Jack almost gets kicked out of the apartment?
I'm clueless.
Uh, oh, what was your last message? Last one I got from you. Sorry, we were talking. I hope Loki takes 6 Infinity Stones and starts. I mean, they don't work there, so
But when he used the time, well, when he go through those little rectangular boxes in different points of time, he can use the Infinity Stone. And I think he had a sleight of hand with the Time Stone.
no, he didn't.
we don't know if he put it back or not. No, we don't. We never seen it.
I suggest you to watch some series until more episodes. No, listen. Here's the thing. All right. Yeah, I get like, yeah, if okay, I get what you're saying because like maybe you'll have a better understanding if you wait until there's enough episodes out to get that should not no. An episode of anything or a movie should be able to come out and be um logical. It should be able to come out and be like, look, this works because that work, right? Cause and effect. No, but that's not what they're doing. It doesn't make sense what they're saying. Like every time they speak about this shit, it doesn't make. Hold on, I'm gonna bring my notes because like none of this made sense. Like, oh man, I should put more in here. Oh shit, I got a ton. Uh, by the way, like the first time like you see her thumbs, this stood out to me. It looked like thumbs of a man, the female Loki or whatever. Um, yeah. So how
Maybe
do they
those
not?
are.
How do they not know that it's the female Loki who, by the way, I think is not even Loki. I think it's this other character from the MCU that Loki created in Oklahoma when Asgard would reestablish there. But anyway, but like, how do they not know that she's missing from her timeline, from her universe? How do they not know that that's who it was? Yes,
That's actually a good question there.
because if they know everything, her leaving would have caused a Nexus event.
Maybe she is
Also,
one
by
of
the way,
the
at
timekeepers.
the end, she like has all these bombs set. By the way, they completely stole from Fallen from I believe it was 1998. It's a Denzel Washington movie. It's fantastic, and he's a cop, and basically this dude is like,
Yes.
yeah, he's about to be
First
executed, or
death
whatever.
row. Yes.
Yeah, and like he shakes hands with one of the guards or whatever, and he passes the spirit from person to person when they touch. Right,
First
same
thing I
thing what
thought
she's
of.
doing.
First
Yeah,
thing.
like I would have been impressed with this episode if they would have put time, if they would have played "Time Is on My Side" by the Rolling Stones, because it's the song that he sings as he's going. It's how like Denzel Washington knows like when he switches bodies because he would
Okay.
just like time, singing the
Yeah.
song as a new
Yeah.
person as it gets
Yeah.
switches. Right? They didn't
Yeah.
do that. Um. Okay. Right. So with the bombs, right? So she's been stealing all of these the time resets resets the timeline in a certain area, right?
Hmm.
Now let me ask you this. So obviously they had to do that at in his timeline, the one that we know, when
Hmm.
he picked up the Tesseract when he wasn't supposed to, right? They had to reset that.
Okay.
By resetting it, does it make a new Loki?
Does that make a new her?
No, I'm talking. No, specifically this. If they've reset the time when he got the Tesseract and started this whole thing, when they went back and reset it, does that create? Yeah, dude, Christy, if you want to come on, like the link is in the this week in bullshit for sure, and Among Us, either one. Listen, when he picked it up, right, and so they had to go back and reset it. Did them resetting it make a new Loki? Because Loki has to be there for everything to play out the way the lizards intended it to be.
That's why I call BS, man, because it's not making sense so far.
But we've seen it happen even when Loki's not around. It's either they're
Well,
trying to.
Mr. Matt, I think you're asking the wrong questions. I think why does she need things to reset?
Well,
Why
hold on
did
now.
she do the?
Well,
Okay,
yeah, so she's been stealing those reset bombs, right? And
okay,
so at
okay.
the end, see, like they all disappear and they go. I don't know how that happens, but they all go into different points of time or whatever in different worlds or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Why would a time reset cause a Nexus event if the bomb is used to reset timelines? Wouldn't it just reset it and it'll be fine?
Well, actually, she used to, I think, to go back to the source, to the people who actually dealing with the past, present, and the future, and keeping the timelines together when they merged them together before the Great War with the
That's not where
Soviet
she
Union.
sent them. No, it shows where they're going off. There you go.
Well, that lets you know that they're there.
Christy,
It's
Hello.
howdy.
what do you give this? He gave it a 6 out of 10.
7.
So I like when people actually invite me on with panels. I'm a normie when it comes to a lot of the MCU and like DC shit.
Yeah, me too.
But the first episode, I was, I literally, I was like, what? It
It doesn't make sense.
it doesn't make sense, and I don't know what else to say besides that. It doesn't make sense to me because here I am trying to look at different aspects of like what like with the comics themselves, trying to read up like just on the wiki, like
Yeah,
Marvel wiki
yeah.
or it's like the MCU wiki. I'm just like it's very confusing. And so if
You want to be really confused because I was watching a video earlier and
I haven't seen the second episode yet, but honestly, you can
it doesn't
spoil
get
away if
better.
you want to.
It
I
does
I
not
don't
get better.
I really don't give a shit.
No.
Like
So this dude, right? He said that the variant we're watching is not the same variant uh in the timeline that we were used to, right? You know, I don't when the Nexus happened that started this whole show, right? He's
yes.
saying that the variant that is now that we're following now is not him.
But wouldn't that
What are you
wouldn't
talking
that
about?
tie into like a multiverse type thing?
There is a multiverse, but it's all on one timeline.
Huh?
Yeah. See, here's the thing, right? When they were talking about the multiverse war or whatever, right? It's mostly about timelines. Now they
Right?
have the Lizard Kings. They all knowing, all powerful Lizard Kings are creating because they didn't create. They're still doing it. Created their own timeline, like one
Mm-hmm.
timeline that is the timeline, and everything is predetermined on that timeline. No matter what you do, either you do it or if for whatever reason you accidentally don't, they will melt you. Period. They're gonna melt you
Okay.
if you fuck up their timeline. So there's there's one
What?
timeline, yes, but there's multiverses on that timeline, right? What are you shaking your head no for?
No, because I think you're taking it from what they told you and you're
Yes,
taking it and running with it. No, no.
yes. What they
Because
told
that's
me,
all full of
yes,
BS. That's what they told you is full of BS. I think Loki is going to discover that. And I think female Loki has discovered that.
Wait, there's a female Loki?
Oh, God.
she may not be a Loki. Does you not? Yeah, you know the variant that they're chasing.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Like if a show doesn't interest me,
It
I will
doesn't.
watch it. Like if I'm on a panel, I'm like fuck, I gotta watch this show just to know what the hell they're talking about. But
Yep,
if
you
I'm
should
not
always.
interested in something, I tune out in it. So like,
This show is just every Marvel show that they coming out with, whether it's WandaVision, The Falcon and Winter Soldier, or Loki, it's all setting up for something. They're trying to be something greater than what Thanos came to be after 22
Right.
films.
That's fine,
So,
but if you're setting up something else, the key part is to make sure that you're doing it logically and
but they're
you're
they're
making this
doing
work.
they're doing hints now, and it'll be explained later in a greater movie. That's my theory.
These aren't hints. These are like world breaking
They're
things
meant
that they're
to,
telling us.
and yes, they're meant to do that. They're
They're
meant.
meant to piss people off and confuse them.
Yes. But they know they're gonna have their Marvel fans that's gonna sit there and watch the next 20 films to be satisfied later.
It's not.
And
So
I don't think that's a good idea. They did it on the first run, 22 films. They shouldn't do it on the next 20, 15,
but
20
here
films.
they did it entirely different. They never broke it like this, right? Here's Christy, you want to hear something great?
well, no. I'm gonna ask Poe real quick with what he said. Are they trying to tie it in to the movies themselves, or is this like another
Yeah, it's all tied into the movie.
with like Netflix itself, with you have the characters of like Daredevil and Jessica Jones who are do you get what I'm trying to say? Like
They're not canon. We're talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the big
okay,
budget
okay.
films. That's what
Yeah,
they're doing now.
they are, yes, they are tied into all the movies.
Okay.
So whatever happens here affects everything. So even by them saying that everything is predetermined by the Lizard Kings, that gets,
So what were you
See,
gonna tell me, Ahmad?
oh, this is great, right? So in all these different universes, there are different types of Loki. There's a Loki who's a Viking guy, one who
Okay.
won the Tour de France, one that is a Hulk looking Loki. Oh, and a female Loki, and keep going. How
Well,
are there
I mean,
different versions of Loki?
well, I always knew, like, again, I'm not a comic book person, but I always knew, like, there is a female Loki. I know Loki gave birth to some children and stuff like that. So I I don't know. Maybe it's because of the pacing or how I am when I watch movies where I'm just like, if I don't understand this, you have an issue. I'm
Yes.
just
I can agree with
I'm
that.
just saying. I'm just saying, if
With
someone like
the
me who Poe, I don't know if you read the comics and stuff like that, or even with you, Mad, or y'all have probably a better understanding than I do, but I'm just like with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, for me, I'm just like, what? It and with the WandaVision, like a lot of the shit made sense. Like they tie in these Disney shows that make sense in certain aspects, but in others they don't. Now maybe that they're trying to build up for the future movies, I don't know. But if you're trying to do something, I don't know what the fuck you're trying to do. That I'm just saying.
Well, what I said was that what you'll see this in both their Disney and their Marvel, right? They whoever they decide to write. Now, the writer of this is also writing the new Doctor Strange. He was an assistant writer on Community, so that's how he's here, is because of the Russo brothers, right?
Okay.
So he comes in with a story, and rather than fitting his story around the canon, if the canon doesn't work for his story, they're going to either get rid of it or just ignore it. And you see that time and time and time and time again. They do not fit their story in this universe. They fit the universe into their story.
but Matt, you can't really 100% say with confidence that because
Mhm.
we have the Eternals coming out, and we barely know anything about them according
They're
to the
they're
Celestials.
yeah, they
The
have
Celestials.
they're nothing compared to the Lizard Kings.
And hold up, you got the Deviants, then you got the Watchers. It's so many levels
Oh,
of and as far as comments, there's so many levels, and I think they're gonna embrace and touch on each and every one of them. They're leaving breadcrumbs with these TV series.
these aren't breadcrumbs, bro.
The
Poe,
Mustang
Well,
just drove
okay.
by.
Let me say this. If they're leaving breadcrumbs that are trying to be out there, stand out there, I'm not seeing them. So it's for the people who know the actual lore, and it it kind of I kind of get pissed off because as someone who doesn't know the lore up front, but I am willing to look up as much as I can with everything, and even I know with certain shit that happens, I'm like, wait, what?
Can,
So I don't know. I mean,
here's
I
the
want to
thing
give
though,
the
it
show
doesn't.
I want to give every show a chance because there are people that actually like the shows and stuff like that. But I'm just like,
yes,
for me, I'm just like,
I'm
the
gonna I'm
the
gonna
people
say
who
this.
liked the people who I've seen, for the majority, that liked the first episode, they all talk about how Loki like was crying, like, oh, the feels. Oh, that's all
Hey,
they
I like
focus
the
on.
first show. I
Oh,
never said that either. You can't
listen,
say oh everybody.
that's why I said the majority that I've seen.
Okay, okay.
Here's a problem with that though, right? They needed the Loki at the end of, well, at the beginning of Endgame before he was killed. That's the Loki they needed. Unfortunately, they got the Loki from, the first Avengers movie, right? So how are they going to do it? Well, they have a story, and that story needs that Loki. So
Mhm.
we're going to show you highlights of your film so that we can justify your character development in a 3-minute montage of clips. That doesn't work.
Oh
That's
my god, you're right.
yeah.
You're right
No,
by
no,
that
no, no.
standpoint, but he haven't
He
seen the next 4 episodes after
Don't
these
need
two.
to. I don't need
well,
to
no,
because
no, let's give it the benefit of the
They
doubt, but Matt has a point
they kind of
because
explained it in this one, but you haven't seen this
no,
one, so
just
I don't
the
want to spoil it for
character
you.
development. The character
That's why
development.
they kind of like Owen Wilson kind of touched on with him, and I don't want
do
to
you
spoil
think it's leading
it for
up
her.
to sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, do you think it's leading up to that? Because what I say with Mad, because he makes a good point. Because like this Loki is after with the first Avengers movie
Yes.
versus with Loki that was in game or whatever
Yes.
movie that it was, where it was him and Thor, and he was trying to distract Thanos, like he wanted to protect his brother type thing. Could it be leading up to that? Like
No,
like a change of character, like a I don't wanna say a conscience or something like that, but
right,
like
like, to become the good guy, right? That's who
maybe
they
not
need
even
to be.
no. Maybe not someone that's a good guy, but someone that will get shit done, but even they have a limit to
Yes.
what they're willing to do. That
Yeah.
maybe that's what I'm trying to
Well,
say.
that's the Loki that was at the beginning of Infinity War or whatever, right? But that's not
Yeah.
the Loki they got. They got the Loki that was, like, brutally, like, cruel, and they needed him to get all that character development. See, if you remember Endgame with, Gamora. Nope, the other one. What's her sister? Nebula? Right, Nebula, right? You had 2 nebulas. You had one that was from a different multiverse, right? In the
Uh,
past. All right. And that meets the current Nebula, who's now a good guy. She's a guardian of the galaxy. And that one tried to explain, like, no, no, listen, you're going to go through all these things and you're going to realize, Thanos is evil or whatever. And you're going to be, accepted. You can be a guardian. She goes, I don't give a fuck. I'm paraphrasing, right? And
well,
so, yeah,
I understand what you're trying to say. It's
right.
just
So,
the character progression and like stuff like that.
well, because that's what would happen. You are what you've experienced. You are your memories. If I show you your memories from what you haven't experienced, it's not going to do anything for you because you're not going to look at that person as being you. That is someone else
Mm,
because you didn't experience it.
that's true. It's just something that I like. I see like with Wookie and Kip in the chat where they're talking. I'm just like, it's weird because even though I'm not someone who is with canon, like when people save the source material, but when I go back and read such source material, I'm just like, wait, that it didn't happen that way. I don't know it.
So, well, here's the problem with this, right? Yeah, they've been in charge this whole time. They create like from the beginning of of their timeline was at the beginning of time itself, right? They made everything since then, and they
Mhm.
determined what was going to happen. So, like, Loki gets in trouble, right? He's the one that caused the Nexus event, right? He's the one that's going to be put on trial because he picked up the Tesseract. That Tesseract is only there because the Avengers fucking around with time travel and time travel back, and put it there for Loki to even grab it. But they're not in trouble because that is pre-approved by the Lizard Kings.
Well, let me ask you this: is it not something that like maybe later on that Loki catches wind, or he has to go in back to the timeline? How am I trying to say this? So you know the scene where Captain America is fighting Captain America,
Yes.
and Loki gets the Tesseract, and he disappears. Okay,
Yes.
so that's supposed to be the bad Loki. How do we know that he is not going back beforehand to see what these lizard people are going to do and not get that like holy shit moment to know something else is going on? Does that kind of make
How far
sense?
back would he go? How far back could he
That
go?
that's it. That's it. I don't know. And like it's I mean, when it comes to like with Loki and Tom Hiddleston and stuff like that, it's just like he's popular for a reason. So it maybe it's a moot point on my end, and I'm just thinking too much into it. But it's like I've always seen Loki as a character that's a shade of gray, where he always wants to benefit himself, but at the same time, he doesn't have a heart to a certain extent.
Yes.
So I don't know.
And they needed that one, so they showed him a montage of what would happen in his life, and now he's good. Like now he's Loki good, right? All right. So real quick on this one, yeah, since it's a multiverse, right? There's going to be a version that is quote unquote a good one. All right. Um, this so it's the thing about this though is that those Infinity Stones are beyond time and space within the TVA building. Which, by the way, the lizard people had to create as they created the timeline so that they can maintain control. Why did they choose humans? Why did they choose them to be like have American accents? Why did they choose this 1950s, 1960s like aesthetic to their building? Who runs this building? How does Owen Wilson eat a sandwich a salad in a cafeteria, but homeboy doesn't know what a fish is?
I think you're thinking into it too deeply. Marvel like to keep everything simple
Well,
and make everything
Nothing about this
comfortable.
is
Even
simple.
though we're deep thinkers, they like to keep everybody else in this little fishbowl of simpleness. You know, so
well,
that
let me ask you this. It's just like after with Infinity, like everything that led up to like 10 years with like the end game and stuff like that has been the
There
Infinity
is
Stones. And so it really shocked me to a certain extent. I'm just like, wait, what? When they made the comment was made about the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
So
Made him into a gag.
okay.
I, I don't know. It's just again, maybe it's the whole timeline thing, but it's just it's weird.
It's
I don't know. Sorry.
you can
Maybe
make
I'm thinking
something
too much
simple.
into it, but it's
No, you're
just like
not.
it's weird.
It doesn't make sense. It just
No, I
it
didn't say
doesn't.
that. I
It
said it was
doesn't work.
weird.
It's gonna
Say it
It
again,
pay
doesn't,
off.
brother.
it
I
doesn't
can
work.
guarantee you.
What's that?
It's gonna pay off in the
I
end. I
think
can guarantee that.
I think it. I hope it does. I really do.
Think it
You
pays off in a great way, better than season 8 Game of Thrones type of way.
Oh no no
So I
no
hope it
no
pays
no!
off in a better.
Don't. Let's not get into Game of Thrones. Oh no no no!
Just
How
saying. I
people
just
are with
wanted to use it as a comparison.
I
Just use it as a
know, but
comparison.
how people are with
Okay.
Star Wars and Star Trek, like that Game of Thrones and a Song of Ice and Fire series, that's my cup of tea. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And
Okay.
I hope that it doesn't end like Game of Thrones.
no. Listen, you can build up to something that's shocking and like, oh wow, like it was my pregnant wife's head in the box, right? Without sacrificing logic. You know what I mean? Like if you're only swerving to swerve, you're it's not good, right? Swerve Vince Russo, right? He was in charge of the WCW, like at the end of WCW, and it was got to swerve, bro, got to swerve, go somewhere like they're not expecting, right?
Hmm.
That's fine, but you still have to keep in mind you have to have cause and effect. Something has to happen because something happens. You don't just come out of nowhere and be like, and then lizard showed
Remember,
up.
Mr. Matt, that all of this is taken back to 2012, and now we're 11 years in the future with Endgame. Endgame happened in 2003. In our
Okay.
future,
No,
as we're watching
you're
it.
wrong though. You're wrong because the TVA where
No, I'm
they're
not.
at now is outside of time and space. There is no time.
Yes, yes,
That's why
that
they
is
see into
correct.
the future and
But
into
we're
the
we're
past.
we're still watching it as a Loki from 12. That Loki.
No, this is a different Loki now.
Yes, we are. Well, now
That
he
Loki
is
doesn't
since he
exist
learned about
anymore. Or he
the
does, and they
future.
made a new one
Yeah. Yes, they did. They created a new one. So
to
what is
finish
this
out that
new
timeline.
Loki that they're
Wait, who created a new Loki?
what did they make this new Loki that they're trying to capture? Why is this new Loki doing what they're supposed to be
He's
doing?
not a new
God
Loki. He's a
of
different
mischief,
version.
looking for another. All right. Looking for another god of mischief. Why is this god of mischief happening? Those are the type of questions we should be asking.
Why is it happening?
Why are they so against? Why god of mischief that the TVA is now hunting?
uh-huh.
What is their purpose? That's the type of questions I'm
What
interested
is
in finding out.
what do you mean? What is their purpose?
What is their purpose on capturing this person? This other
Oh,
form of
because
Loki.
they're causing nexus, and if the timeline, if the new timeline gets too far, it causes a multiverse war.
But
That
I thought it
purpose
was
of that new
already
Loki.
established there were multiverses, though.
What's that?
They are. We
I'm
already know that.
I'm sorry, Poe. I like what you're saying. Like, if that's what you're thinking, that it's gonna it's gonna cause multiverse, like another multiverse type thing. If that's what you're afraid of,
Cause
but
Yeah.
like I already
cause
thought
and
that there
effect.
were multiverses already out
Yes.
there.
So yes, there are multiverses, right? But there's only one predetermined timeline. So when they have a nexus event, like when he picked up the Tesseract, that causes a split and and starts a new timeline. That new
Okay.
timeline also has a multiverse, right?
Okay.
All right. So, and if if the new branch gets too far out, then they start fighting, the timelines start fighting each other somehow. I don't know, but that's what happens.
Well,
My brain
Matt,
hurts.
I can make it simple as this.
Please.
Um, you just explained there about the timelines. If it doesn't happen, it's gonna happen, or they'll come back and melt you. You didn't use the word melt this time per se, but
Well, no, yeah. No, if you cause a Nexus event, they will melt you. If you don't get a ticket
if
before
you're
you check
not
in, you get melted.
if you're not doing what, why would they melt you?
If you like if you make a decision that was not approved by the lizard people.
Thank you. That's why I call BS on their factor. They
Why?
are full of BS. They don't have total control.
How do
They
they
think
not?
they do. They think they do.
It sure feels like they do.
Somebody is actually being rebellious against them right now.
Yeah, and if they get caught, they're going to get melted.
They're trying to bring them to an end.
Yeah, they're trying to bring this new person to an end to melt them.
The new person is trying to bring the TVA to the end.
Yeah, okay. So that doesn't
It works
disprove.
both ways, cause and effect.
That's not what cause and effect is.
Yes, it is. They cause this person that they're hunting down to effect in this way.
How? We have no idea what the motivation is of
We
this Loki.
don't know yet, but we will know soon enough.
But
How
that
many
doesn't
episodes are
justify what we've
remaining?
seen. 4?
Or
Okay.
that's why it's breadcrumbs to the MCU big budget movies.
Yeah, there's really not. There really isn't, Wookie. There I don't have any faith in these writers
To be honest,
at all.
this series couldn't have been done, and I'll be totally
Bro.
satisfied from what I hear so far. But damn, Siri just heard me say something and try to come alive. But
Talking shit about Disney.
yes, Siri. Oh shit.
That's why I canceled the Alexa that I had, because I was talking on a live stream about
That's
But what I-
something, and the damn bitch ordered something, and I had to fucking cancel it.
Oh, I just seen something about they need the Futurama team and maybe Rick and Morty. No, that is too
No,
complicated.
no,
That's
no,
so
no.
far out there. No.
This
That
is
was
too complicated. Doesn't make sense.
Come on, Matt. It's easy.
It's not.
You have a lot of questions. You're a thinker.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like when you tell me that that there is no free will and everything is predetermined by
That
these
came
lizard
up.
people.
That came up in this episode about free will. They had a
Yeah.
discussion about it. I need to go
Yeah.
watch it again because I was drinking beer and wasn't barely paying attention, but I need to go watch it again.
Listen, I've
Me
had
too. I was drinking Fireball.
I've had the conversation about predeterminism versus liberal free will over and over and over again. There actually, in reality, there is no proof of free will, but but you can see predetermination, right? Everything you do, you
Mhm.
can track that back to a decision that you have made.
So
Right?
why do
Or
the
something that
lizard
happened.
people have to be satisfied then, Matt?
What do
Why?
you mean?
if
Which
you if the lizard people in the MCU is not satisfied, why they have the choice to come and melt you? Why can't you have free will? Maybe that's what this person that they're hunting down is up against. What's wrong with that? Why can't that be a good? Why can't that be a good?
That's not the problem. The problem is explain to me how they created everything. Why did they create humans for this TVA? Here's what we know: they're susceptible to fire. These
What does
why wouldn't you
TVA
use
stand
robots?
for?
They didn't
Time variant agency.
Oh,
they didn't create humans. It's the
No, they didn't
Celestials, I
create those
think.
humans.
No, I think it's Celestials. Then Celestials create the Eternals, the Deviants, and they
Okay, so
created
where did
humans.
humans come from at TVA?
See, that's
I don't
why I
know.
think it's mixed in with the Eternals movies coming out this year. They're gonna it's breadcrumbs for the movies that's coming out this year. You got Spider Man
These
that's
aren't
gonna deal with
breadcrumbs.
multiverses. Spider Man, No Way Home. You got the Eternals. Then next
I
year you have Multiverse of Madness, but they already set up with WandaVision on how she's looking for her kids, setting up
it
the multiverse.
no, it shouldn't take 10 years and 5 different additional movies for me to understand episode 1 of this series.
I agree. I cannot disagree
Oh,
with that.
absolutely agree with you on that.
I agree.
Uh,
But that's what they do.
well, here's the thing. Like I don't post a lot like I do post on Twitter and stuff like that. Like the Black Widow movie. Are people actually going to watch it?
No, because it feels completely irrelevant.
I
It's
mean,
a prequel about someone who's already dead.
I'm watching a Black Widow movie because there's actually a theory that she's actually still alive in the MCU. So yes, I'm gonna watch it just for
How?
that.
She's dead. We saw her die.
Did you actually see her die?
Yes.
Where?
That's how
When?
they got this that's how they got the stone. How
How you
could
know
she?
that wasn't her sister?
Because I saw her.
How you know that wasn't her sister?
Because her sister doesn't look. It's not her twin sister.
Face recognition that she using Winter Soldier?
Why would she do that?
We don't know. That's why I'm watching the movie. It's a theory.
I mean, Poe
Theory.
brings
Theory.
it. See, here's
But
here's
if it
the
was a
issue.
sister, it wouldn't work to get the stone though, because it had to be someone you loved, right?
Her
So if it's a sister, they don't love each other because they don't know each other.
Miss Black Widow, her sister, I don't know what she's called, and Clint probably worked together in Budapest because Budapest is always brought up. They never go back to Budapest and talk about it. Maybe I think you know what? What if that guy or female that they fighting against in Black Widow, which is I forgot their name, Taskmaster. What if that's Clint?
It's not. Taskmaster's going to be. They're going to gender swap. It's going to be a
Well,
girl.
no. I mean, like, Mad, you and Poe like bring up good points, but I always have. I kind of agree with Mad to a certain extent that if like it's supposed to be like with love and stuff like that, how? I mean, it's Natasha and Clint, so it, I want to give everything the benefit of the doubt, but I'm just like,
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about this Black Widow movie. It would have been great if it came out like after Civil War, maybe after Age of Ultron. It doesn't matter. Like if it would have came out then, it would have actually worked. But
It should have
waiting
actually came
at
out.
this point,
Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, but okay.
that absolutely. If we can always agree, even if we don't agree with what movie it should have come out afterwards, we can fucking agree this movie is years too late.
Yes. Yeah, and it's gonna bomb. It's probably gonna bomb harder than the
No, it won't. No, it won't. No, it
Hell
won't.
no.
No.
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. Not that it's gonna bomb. It is going to it's going to underperform comparative to like any other Marvel movie.
That I kind
this
of
point.
that I can agree with. I think if it doesn't underperform, it might like break even, or I mean, it might hit the goal and then some. But
Man, I want to ask you something now, but I'm afraid to. It's your
No,
stream.
please.
do it.
Bomb. What do you consider bomb? Before I get to my question, what do you consider bomb? Would it
What do
make
I-
his money back or not? Is
What
that
do
what
I
you consider
consider
bomb?
a bum?
A bomb? As far as the
Well, a
movie
bomb, a
gonna
bomb.
bomb in the theaters? Yes.
Well, so that's why I clarified, right? Uh, bombing would be like I don't know what Ocean's whatever the one with the chicks, right? That was a bomb. Ghostbusters 2016, that was a bomb,
Of course, of course.
right? And I but
Not money
comparatively,
wise. Not money wise. You don't consider it a bomb.
well, so comparatively, right? Because the MCU has been dominant for so long and so big, for them to bring out another movie within this universe and for it to not even like for it to fail to live up to even Captain Marvel hype or
No, it would do
success.
better than Captain Marvel.
You're out your mind. Captain Marvel made $1 billion. There's no fucking way in hell either one of these movies will be cracking $1
Well,
billion.
I take
They
that
will
back.
not
I
be.
take that back. I didn't think Captain Marvel made $1 billion.
It
I'm
did.
sorry.
It
Wait,
did.
it did?
Well,
I didn't know
because
that.
they marketed it as you have to see it before you see Endgame.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Only reason why it did.
Okay. So I want to say this. I don't know what standard to put it on to do a wager with you.
Well, look, I'm telling you, right, I would be shocked if either one of these make their money back.
Okay. Okay. I guarantee you they'll make their money back. The bet is $5, $10 donation to a charity of my choice or charity of your choice.
Yeah, we can do jelly beans because we are on YouTube.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
Jelly beans.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Black Widow. Let's see here.
Hold on, we have a witness.
Obviously,
Here.
I'm just looking at Wikipedia, but it says the
What-
budget is $200 million. Obviously, I think that could be a little bit more with the marketing and stuff like that, but
Yeah, probably closer to 4.
They include no, they include budget and everything.
No, they
Probably
don't.
like
They don't
250.
include advertising in the budget.
Well, we're gonna
I
go
would
by budget.
I would definitely say this. It like to hit even, it would probably have to do like 300 million.
I've been told to hit
don't know.
even, they have to do 3 times of what it did, which would be 600.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
To hit,
because
for
you have
worldwide.
well, yeah, because you have advertising. Also, don't forget the reshoots. A lot of these, like Eternals, reshoots
Mhm.
like crazy. So yeah, it would definitely have to make a lot more than what the budget guess is. Let's see here.
So
The sequel trilogy is the Star Wars. Oh, I like that, man. Fucking Mormons in there.
no comment.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. About 5 to 6.
Yep, 5. Yep.
Because look, dude, there's so many things that are going against it, right? Even though we're on the opposite, like we're in the end game, so to speak, of the lockdown stuff, right? Even
Okay.
with that, people are not going to be rushing to go to the theater, and they're sure as shit not going to be rushing to go see a movie that should have came out just 7, 8 years ago, right?
Well, have you been to the theaters in Atlanta? It's packed every
No,
weekend.
for what movie?
Any movie that comes out, people are getting out the house over here, brother, and in Florida, and in New York.
I would. All right. So what I was saying was that's just one. That's just one thing going against them, right? It's just the. I don't know how big their marketing has been. I haven't seen shit about Black Widow for a minute. And I just don't. I don't see it happening, man. Don't forget that whatever their sales numbers are in China, China takes 85%, so they will never break even. True. However, they're not. There's problems with China, like Eternals. You're not going to see that in China. You're just not. They're not going to do it. That's why they're leaning so heavily into the Bollywood because they have to find another market to. It's not going to take the place of China because China was such a big market for them, but that's why they're leaning into Bollywood. And I also think that the reason why they're okay with just going full on fucking, SJW like far left is because they know it has a built-in armor with like, you know what I mean? Like Endgame is done, right? So if they use an armor of like diversity and inclusion, when it bombs, they're like, well, I mean, all these white supremacists would have, accepted the movie, then we would have done fine. It's their fault that it failed.
Think so?
They know it's not going to make money. Like, they know that this is
Are you still?
they know it's divisive, but they go through it anyways, not because like their morals and like they're like, no, we really believe in this, we have to do this. Because if they really believed in it, they wouldn't be erasing black people off of posters so they can put up in China. Okay, like the
So you
reason they're
think that
doing
this
this,
is a cash grab? It's a
it's
cash
not even a
grab.
cat. No, it's not a cash grab. It's not, because they're not going to be making money. They know it's divisive.
Well, I don't know. It might be a cash grab per se, but I mean, let's be honest. Chinese market. I mean, it is what it is, and what is advertised for the Chinese market is different for the rest of the world. So
They don't even get rated R movie.
Yeah, but
Well, yeah,
I'm
everywhere though, they will adjust it to wherever they are. If it is a Muslim country, guess what they're not going to have on the poster? Gayness.
Or
yeah.
Christians.
I mean,
yeah.
well,
Anything to that.
yeah. I
topic.
always go back to what what was the black in Star Wars? What was his
Finn.
name?
Finn. I forgot it the other day too. Yeah.
I always go back. No, again, I don't want to digress too much into Star Wars so much, but I always go back when you see the posters for the rest of the world versus China. I mean, I'm just saying that.
Yeah. So if they really believed in this diversity and inclusion, all this bullshit, why did they make him so tiny?
Well, and then look at with John Cena and Fast and the Furious, like the Fast 9 movie, where he had to apologize for calling Taipei an independent country. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. And guess what? His apology, they were like, nope, not good enough. Look at Lin-Manuel. Look what's happening with him, by the way.
Who?
I don't know what's happening.
Lin-Manuel. I don't know if that's his full name. The dude that did Hamilton, the play.
Oh, okay.
The very diverse and
I haven't been paying attention to that shit. I'm gonna be honest.
The inclusive Hamilton, like with like, very diverse cast. Well, one, he had to apologize for the play because it didn't address race. It didn't address slavery, even though the play wasn't okay. And then now he had that new movie In the Heights or whatever, right? And it was all about Latinos and blah 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 blah. But there wasn't any Afro Latinos Afro Latinx in the lead roles. So now he's having to apologize for that because he didn't have any Afro Latinos. They weren't dark enough. It is never enough.
But nothing is never enough, though. My family is a fucking rainbow, and I have Afro Latina and Afro. I guess you could say Asian, whatever. Like I'm just like,
wait, Afro Asian.
Well, you get what I'm saying. Like I don't know what the actual name is. Where it's just like my cousin, she is Asian and her husband is black. I mean, I'm so tired of the race shit. Like,
yeah.
I get it, it's out there, but I don't need to hear about it in my movies every single fucking time.
I got you, but that comment is really annoying. What he just really, that's how he feels. Okay, or maybe that's just where he lives.
Who?
I know him. He knows me. Keep going. That same person, but keep going. Oh God, Wookie, we really gonna say that?
Oh wait,
keep
hold
going.
on.
Jesus Christ.
This one?
Yeah. Oh.
What's wrong with it? He's only met one actual white supremacist in his life. Met him in grade school.
No, I kind of agree. No. I agree with that shit. If it's grade school, that's shit that they're learning from their fucking parents. I'm sorry.
Before that shit mattered.
Oh, before that one? Yeah.
No, the same one.
Before that shit mattered. No, like I think
it always mattered to people like me.
what he's referring to is the
No, don't
over.
speak for him, man. Come
Oh,
on, brother.
okay, all right, all right.
Like
I was
seriously,
just
like yeah, small children don't, man. She just touched up on it. They've been taught that. Wookie.
right.
He just put something else in the comment, but he didn't add that at first. But okay. That's fucked up, but all right, it's all good. I'm out. I mean, I'm
No,
still here. I'm still here, but yeah.
no, small children. It is what it is. You are what you are. You are what you learn in your environment and what is taught around you. So it's it's different with every aspect. So racism, no offense, no, yes, offense. Racism is never going to ever fucking go away. I hate to say that, but it's never not going to, because there's always going to be assholes out there that want to do this and want to do that. But at the same time, I'm tired of seeing it in everything that is advertised for entertainment, because at a certain point, it becomes redundant. Because I know where I'm talking in circles. I'm so sorry, but like, you have with the quote unquote vaccine stuff going on, and I'm seeing celebrities or people advertise like, "Oh, I got this shot or I got that." you, who is it? Like, I don't know, Julia Roberts saying that she got the shot and stuff like that does nothing for me. That's what I'm trying to say as a whole, is with the entertainment
I understand
itself.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
It just becomes so ignorant and so redundant that I'm just like, I want to click off on the shit. I'd rather
I don't
watch shit from
know.
like, sorry, Poe, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well,
I can't stand that people bring up the racism stuff, but you never talk about it at length, or we have this going on, we have that going on. Well, that's the same shit that happened when I was in middle school, when I was in elementary school, back in the 80s and 90s. So don't tell me shit has changed when I know for a fucking fact that it hasn't. You just have the influencers and the internet behind it that are
The media and
trying to bring
everything
it
like
forward
that.
type thing.
well, so this.
I want to pick that. No,
Okay.
go ahead, man. I'm sorry,
Oh,
brother.
I was just gonna say, like, well, this brings me back to a point that I used to talk about a lot back in the day, but like, so when the three of us, we're pretty close in age, but like when we were growing up, everything, like the news, like, and I grew up in East Texas, right, a small town. Like I remember big things. I remember OJ. I remember Desert Storm. You know what I mean? Like the big events, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
the reason why people are think that everything is burning down, like the world is like, you know what I mean, like everything is going so bad, is because the the amount of information that you can get about things that do not involve you is so wide and so quickly, you have such quick access to it, right? Like
Mhm.
you can look up the stats of what, of whatever crime rates you want, not only in any city, well, like any country in the world, or like, you know what I mean, all these different ways, and you're getting flooded with like all the bad news that's happening, that it does not affect you, right? But you're still getting inundated with it. Unlike when we were growing up, because we didn't, that access to the news, like it had to be something big for the majority of people to know about it, right? Unless they're specifically looking for something. And so I don't think the world is worse off today. I think that we just know more about it. The world has become smaller because we're so connected throughout the world with everyone, because of social media and the internet. The world is smaller now than what it was.
I agree with that. Poe, what were you gonna say? Mr. Poe? Did he
Yeah, I'm
step
here. I'm
away?
sorry. I did. They're coming to get my garbage at the end to make sure everything was out. But
Me too. That's the reason why I left real
Is that
quick.
both you?
it's
See,
garbage
mine
day
comes
here.
at night.
Oh, nice.
Not really. I
Mine
forgot to
usually.
put it out last night.
What I was gonna say is that I really forgot what I was gonna say because my heart is beating fast. I was like, oh shit, I gotta go. But I was gonna say, growing up in Mississippi, I seen it on both sides, and nobody even cared. But it's not like it doesn't matter. It just being brought to their attention. And as far as like throwing it in everybody's face, everybody is used to this norm, but now it's getting a little bit different. And now it seems like it's getting being thrown in everybody's face, which it may have the media and news and social media, the internet.
Well, yeah, no, certainly.
They're pushing it.
Yeah,
They are, and it should be more relaxed because as a people, as far as I can speak for American, from my experience being in America, being an American
Mhm.
person here, um, they're pushing it a little bit too hard, because I grew up in a biracial family. My dad's white, my mom's black and Native American.
yeah. I'm black.
So
I'm black adjacent. My stepdad was black.
yeah, you told me that, and she told me her background. She not told me, but she announced her background too as well. So it's like we actually didn't have a problem with it, and just to see, well, I seen that comment. I didn't mean to just point it out like that, but it really struck a nerve that quick. But he corrected himself, and I know him from other streams, but and it all got started with the China market. We're talking about how they treat, and it's all for cash grab, and mad. That's what we're talking about, China and cash grab.
It's
So
I think yeah, sometimes I also think like it's also like when you see Skittles who epically failed during Pride Month with their their white pride Skittles. I don't know if you saw that, right? Because normally they're rainbow, so they just took away
mhm.
the rainbow and just had it white. It was
All
so
white Skittles.
proud.
Yeah.
So good. But like the reason why you'll see coming like what why would I care what stands my my shaving cream or like my socks have on this political issue? I just want socks, right? The
I
reason
don't give a shit about Pride Month. I don't give a
yeah,
shit. I'm gonna be
well,
completely honest here. I don't give a shit about Pride Month. I don't give a shit about Mexican American Month. I don't give a shit about Black History Month
well
because
that one
that shit should not be condensed to a fucking month. That should be something that is taught year round type shit.
Thank you. Couldn't say
yeah
it
And
better.
and when I see like when I'm applying for jobs with like Indeed or Career Builder or I'm shopping for something, I see the little Pride banner because it's June and it's Gay Pride Month. It's a fucking gimmick, and I can't stand it because Mad knows me. I think we are more like we're either liberal conservatives or
yeah
conservative liberals when it comes to Texas, where it's like some of the shit I agree with and some of the stuff that I don't. But
yeah
come on, if you cannot tell that there's an agenda when something is called a month, then you deserve the bullshit and the shit that you get on social media that
well
you think if something is going to be done in a fucking month. I'm just
I
saying
it's
it's stupid.
so two things. One, like I think the reason why these companies do this, at least a few of them, is because they don't want to be called out, right? Because if they don't support something, they're just as bad. That's my girlfriend. She didn't know what anti-racism was, right? She's like, all right, well, let me look this up because she hears it all the time. And she was looking up the differences between racist, like being a racist and being anti, like being non-racist and being anti-racist, right? And it blew her mind because the difference was like so being a non-racist means you're not racist against people. Being
Bullshit.
but anti-racist is you're actively doing something about racism. You are, putting yourself below and letting, and therefore, like if you're not doing anything actively,
Mhm.
then you're just as bad as a racist.
Why
It's
not
like, what the
just
fuck?
exist and just be a good human being to everybody?
That
Yes.
just makes you a white supremacist. That's all that does.
No, it
No, no,
doesn't.
no, no.
Yes, it
Do
I
I
does.
didn't name
not
my
Yes,
think that
it
I
there are
didn't
does.
name my
bad
dad
fucking
that.
people out? No. Do I not think that there are bad people out there? Yes. I've been in a car with my ex-boyfriend who was black,
Hmm.
who the cop tried to do some shit with, but I'm just like, no, 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 no. Because my ex-boyfriend was a fucking cop. And so once they
Oh,
ran his name, their conversation completely changed.
wow.
Do they need to be educated on shit and have a realization with the culture and everything that is going on in the real world? Absolutely. But the way with the some shit is going down, it boggles my mind that like in Washington where they had the camps or whatever
Chop or Chaz. I like Chaz.
Camp Chaz or whatever it was. You have that, and then oh my god, there was crime and stuff like that happened in there.
It's
And the
amazing.
police didn't come,
They
and
couldn't.
people ended up calling the fucking police. What did you think was going to happen? I mean,
it was so beautiful because like their whole thing is like oh, you know, no walls and you know, no one's illegal, you know, blah blah blah. What's the first thing they did? They put up walls, they put up barriers. What's the first thing they did? And then you see them, like somebody will be accused of the crime and oh man, they jump on him quick. It was so, there was this one moment with this dude, I forgot. Well, by the way, they also justified it like, no, he didn't steal from you. You're possessing this for just reality, not relocated, but like requisite, like given, you know, they were transferred to someone that needs them more than what you do. It's not thief. You didn't get robbed. You know, they were just allocated to help someone that needed it more than you, right? Like
I lost brain cells like watching like the news coverage with that shit. I was so done with everything. I'm just like, you know
so
what?
true.
I'm gonna watch Tremors.
There was a moment where like somebody did something and he literally had his knee on his neck. And people were gonna stand around, and then somebody kind of realized like what they were doing because the guy started saying, "I can't breathe," and you actually saw in the footage these people go, "Oh, we're them," like you know, like.
But that doesn't come across though. That's what like with people with TikTok. I don't know, Poe, if you ever seen this, or I don't know, Poe, if you have a Twitter account. No, wait, you do have a Twitter account because you're in the Among Us group. But like,
yeah.
but like when I see like the TikTok stuff of like Zoomers, I'm sorry if you're listening to this now or in the future and you're a Zoomer. I'm sorry, but most of you Zoomers are fucking idiots. I'm just
You're
saying
dumb.
that right now. You grew up in a social media era where you you think everything is handed to you and you live off what you find out with Facebook, with TikTok, with Twitter and stuff like that. It just blows my mind that and this is coming from someone who was a smart ass to her mother at 12 years old that said to her, I'm smarter than my mom because I watch the fucking news.
Listen, I
Wow.
TikTok is amazing. Did you have you ever seen the numbers to like there's a set of numbers that if you speak out loud or you write them down like you'll get money or you can change your reality. You can lose weight and there's just these sets of numbers and so these people are like, "Guys, I got some new numbers for you," right? And all of it comes from this dude that was arrested. I forgot what country it was for lying to people saying he could bring their children back to life. Like, and he was like literally a con man that got arrested. This was, but all over TikTok, you'll see them with all their little numbers, and they were like, yeah, like
But how
Come
so.
on,
did
Poe.
people believe
Don't
in
you
that?
don't you
get
love
me.
TikTok?
Did y'all see the chick that got kicked out of her house? And like she filmed it, like she's like 26 years old, and the mom's like, "You got to go," and she's like, "But no, like you're bullying me. You dead named me," and she's like, "I don't care. You haven't paid any rent, right?" And she goes, "Oh," and her mom was like, "And you're the bully." No, I was trying to educate you.
She's 36.
26,
Oh,
something like
26.
that.
Okay, I'm gonna say I'm
Yeah.
34, and my mom slapped the shit out of me, no matter what age I am, talking like that to her.
What the fuck
Anyway,
you talking about? When I turned 18 and I was working, my mom told me you need to pay rent. I'm still in high school.
wow,
Hold on, let me see
really?
if I can find it.
Uh-huh.
Well, I was spoiled. I ain't gonna lie.
I didn't. I helped my sister out with her stuff, like with her sports stuff and everything like that. My mom was happy. But
I want to bring something back to Matt about this. How we got on how the media and political events and social and racism and just how they cater to the Chinese market. It's amazing how when it comes to politics, we want to segregate ourselves, but it's amazing when it comes to entertainment. The number one source of money in America after what taxes, paying your taxes in, They want to cater to other countries as far as like movies, entertainment, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Why? Why is that? Why is that and that's something that we
Money.
don't control as American people.
I mean, we shouldn't they should be allowed to promote their movies wherever they want to. Like that's not a big deal.
But why is it a big deal for them coming into the country and doing this and doing that? And
what do you mean? Well, because other countries have different rules. Like,
so we cater to everybody else's rule when we make the movie here.
But they don't always make the movie here either. But like, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna make a some type of like product, some food product, right? That can be like sealed and shipped all over the world or whatever. And if it has pork in it, I'm gonna take the pork out if I'm gonna send it to anywhere in the Middle East.
That is true. That is true.
I agree with that.
Okay, that you have a point about that. But why can't everybody just? I don't know what I'm saying now. You made a valid point. So my point.
No, I get what you're saying, and at the end of the day, it's just about money. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That I can go on a tangent when I think about like with politics and like like a lobbying or lobbyist type shit where you can be a senator or a representative for so many years, and then you can lobby for a certain product like tobacco or something like that. After you're done, then you can go work for said tobacco company type shit like that. That's the stuff that people don't fucking talk about, and it drives me nuts. But until that conversation is out there, I don't know what to do. Like, so
understand.
America.
Well, I guess.
What the hell is this?
Oh, okay. Wait, why are we over here?
I don't know. I'm confused.
Wait, what did I just do? Did I fix it? Oh, that's weird. I don't like it being in a box.
I don't like change. I'm joking.
Wait, I don't like it. No, because you can't.
This is not like StreamYard.
Yeah, but it's better actually. I actually think I may switch over to this one.
This isn't StreamYard. I'm just noticing.
No, it's not. I think I like it better.
My Mac actually had trouble bringing it up at first, but it's all good.
Have to give me a month.
PCs are better.
All right, can y'all hear it?
No.
I'm not obligated to, and I can't afford to.
Guess what? Doesn't matter.
You can't just tell me I have 2 weeks to find somewhere.
Yes, you can. Christy, can you hear it? Chat?
I can. Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, good then. But like, no, she can tell you to move out.
You've had over a month. And
no, I haven't!
Look, you have done nothing but dig your heels in and try and make me feel bad about your...
No, I haven't! I've been trying to educate you!
No, your education is brainwashing.
What?
No, it's not! You just won't listen to me!
No, I'm not gonna listen to this crap. Now you talk...
I have schizophrenia!
I don't care what you have.
You would think the mom would know that. If it was real.
We live in squalor. And it doesn't mean you're a bully.
I'm not even a bully! You literally detonate me, misgender me, and tell me that, like...
This is fake, so right?
Good. No, it is real. And then I'm still not used to this thing. I don't know what I'm doing with it. No, but yeah, that's real. She came back with another video. She asked, she started a GoFundMe, clearly. And she came back and she was like, I guess it wasn't clear in the video that I am disabled both mentally and physically. And she's transgender, obviously. And yeah, she's like, but there was so much more that the video didn't show. Like so many times. Go ahead.
Do you know how fucking aggravating that shit is to someone who is? I will be completely transparent. Who is on unemployment? Her unemployment is about to end. Trying to find a fucking job, get her car fixed, and trying to reach out for family, and they can't do anything. But here she is, and she's like, I have this, I have that type shit. That is so aggravating that, like, I've seen people, like, when I'm at the unemployment office and stuff like that, talk about that shit. It makes me so mad that I cry because I get so pissed off
Yeah.
Hold on, you
at
work
that type
where?
of shit.
Hold on, you work where?
Huh?
You say you work somewhere or you knew somebody who?
No. When I'm at the I'm going to the unemployment office here that's in the city that I live in to
Same here.
to do like trying to find the jobs and stuff like that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Same
And
here.
people talk and people legit will say that, well, I have this, I have that. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Here I am groveling trying to find shit.
Mhm.
And she will post that and all she has to do is go fund me. And she
Yep.
gets $10,000. That is so aggravating that I grew up not wanting to have a handout. I love my mother to death, but I knew that I couldn't rely on my mother for a long time. So when here I am at 14 lying that saying I'm 16 and working and stuff like that, still being in middle school type shit. So it's so aggravating that again, no offense to you little zoomers out there and stuff like
No,
that,
take
that
offense.
you have a mentality about this shit where everything is supposed to be granted to you. It yeah, sorry.
And
It's
it all starts with the participation trophies, you know?
That is
That's where it
true.
starts,
I'm not part of
because they
even
just expect not
though
to
I'm a
lose.
what
even though
Bell?
I'm a millennial, I don't see myself as one because we're seen as bad
We're at
handout
the
people. I'm not that.
old part of millennials, you know what I mean? Like, we don't really fit in with the millennials, like, for the majority, and we also don't fit in with, Generation X either. Well, I mean, because
No,
now
Yeah.
they're all old
no,
and
Thank you.
honestly,
Thank
yes.
you.
I'm
Not
37, so I'm
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
I think I am too.
At the border.
what you
Yeah, y'all
think
at the
you're
border.
37?
I'm not 100% positive. I may be 36.
Well, I'm 6, baby. I'll be 35 in July. And I lost my job last October the 1st. Well, September
Mhm.
29th. 2 days later, October the 1st. I haven't worked since then. And I got denied unemployment. So I don't get all this free money that every unless I never filed my taxes last. Anyway, so I didn't get none of that. I've been surviving all 16, 17 grand past 8 months that I saved up working hard for since I was 15 years old. And that type of behavior is totally unacceptable. I can go home anytime I want to in Mississippi, but I'm still living out here on my own, getting it
Yeah.
the you know,
Yeah.
legally. But I can't
Look,
believe
it's
that, and they making TikToks about this, and she's threatening to do this, and arguing with her own mom. Like, get the fuck out, get you some penis, go find you a man or woman, whatever you're happy with, go live that life. People are holding themselves back and want somebody else to feel sorry for them. Like, get the
Mm.
fuck out of here. There's people
well,
doing.
look,
I'm lucky I don't have kids. Shit.
Exactly. Fucking no offense, but
Oh,
fuck them
Jesus.
kids. Like,
Fuck them kids.
fuck them kids.
so, like, so with the VA, like, I've seen this a lot as well, right? So I'm 90% disabled, according to the VA. Like, I
Yeah.
I didn't even get rated for PTSD. Like, I shit you not. I saw 3 different the first doctor I saw, I was still in the hospital, right? After, the burns and everything, I'm still in the hospital. And I get, like, rolled into this room or whatever, and this dude's there, and he's like, "Look, I've seen this, I've done this, da da da. If you're not crazier than me, then you don't have PTSD." And
Oh
I was
wow.
like do you need to lay down? Like, do you need to talk about some things? Like, that is not the way this is supposed to start, right? So, no PTSD, right? With the VA, I saw one guy, and then I went to go see another guy, and that one I just lied to. I was like, "Oh yeah, when I see, like, trash on the side of the road, I freak out." And at the end, he's like, "Yeah, no, dude, like, I'm not seeing any symptoms of PTSD." And I was like, "Did you hear the part when I was on fire?" He goes, "Yeah, no, like, I did." Uh, just nothing, right? So 90%, and that's just all because of the burns, right? And some knee things and some other things, but mainly the burns. What's funny is, like, it's not really that funny, but a dude I knew, he was a Black Hawk mechanic.
Yeah.
He has 100% from the VA because of PTSD. How did he get this PTSD? Well, let me tell you, because he would have to spray down the Black Hawk that would have blood when they're taking, you know what I'm, they're, evacing like soldiers that got, injured and shit, right? When the Black Hawk gets back, he would have to, wash it off, right? And there'd be bullet holes in the Black Hawk or shells, and that gave him PTSD. 100% disabled from the VA because he saw shit other people had to live. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
You know what's
100%.
amazing? You know
100%.
what's amazing is I don't have that, but I know full well that I have with depression and being depressed and stuff like that
Yeah.
within the last 10, 11 months. And I'm talking with unemployment, and they're like, well, you need to go to this doctor and you need to go to the. How the fuck am I supposed to go to that shit when I don't even have health insurance?
Yeah.
And they tell you that you don't have health insurance. And I'm like, no, because it would cost $450 a month for me to be on health insurance. Are you kidding me? No, absolutely not. I'd rather die of no. It's
Thank
just
you.
it's mind-boggling because there's so much shit going on, and the system itself is so fucking broken. And people talk about it, but at the same time, they don't have any fucking solutions. It baffles my mind that when people are just like, oh, you need to get off this or you need to get off that. No, I don't. Because I'm trying. I haven't found anything. But no, I'm going to stay on this unemployment because it pays for my fucking rent.
Yeah.
So fuck you.
That's what it's supposed to be used for.
Exactly. But I don't.
Yeah.
I know other people that do other stuff that never mind.
Yeah.
Like they make money and stuff like that. I'm just like, well, fuck, man, I can't do that shit because I have morals.
Yeah. Look, we've all stolen, we've all sold cocaine at one point. Anyway, so on this one,
No.
No. Hell no.
Actually, I 100% agree with the YouTube employees. They have to see some of the most vile, and it's not just for monetization approval. It's just if videos get flagged or whatever, horrible shit. Same thing with the Facebook guys. They have to watch these videos over and video after video after video of just the worst part of humanity. You know what I mean? Just the nastiest, most cruel videos, just day in, day out. It absolutely will affect you. It will fuck you up. It will.
I agree.
It's not a hustle. I believe, that will fuck you up.
Have a what you call it? Not a what's the word I'm looking for? As far as a computer analytics that actually picks out certain videos for them to watch. They don't have to watch every single one. They have to watch.
But there's so many videos. But there's so many videos being uploaded. Well, there's so many videos being uploaded every day. Their day is going to be full of videos. It doesn't matter if they don't have to watch all of them. They're having to watch videos all day while they're at work.
Then the CEO need to expand their company and hire more people. If I could sit in my house in my drawers and my t-shirt and watch about crazy people, should I post it? Should it be posted or demonetized or not? Yeah, I would love to do it.
It would be filled with words that we can't say here involving children.
That is true.
Animals being.
Do you not? No, I know. I agree with Pope. Do you not think I can detach myself from that fucking shit as long as I was getting paid? Absolutely, I fucking can.
Man, I was smoking a fat ass blunt. Have me a big ass beer, and I'll go through it like this. Bye. You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe it's different.
I don't smoke. I don't smoke that type of stuff because I can't. But I would get drunk as hell doing that. Totally.
Yeah, I don't know, but I know part of the reason why I stopped being a cop was because I just kept taking it home because I worked nights over weekends. Some of the shit that I had to see and dealt with. I took it home. There was days where I would have to completely I would have to undress at my door because I didn't want to track in whatever blood and just nastiness that my uniform from a long fucking Friday night. You know what I mean?
There's
And the
nothing
shit
that I've
sticks
done
with
in my
me.
Yeah, nothing in my life
So
can
like,
compare to that. So I do understand.
I absolutely understand that, and would never wish that on anybody. But for me, maybe it's because I have done that type of shit before, where I've seen the videos and been a moderator on with having contracts with
yeah,
YouTube and Twitter and stuff like that and Facebook, where I can legit say I can detach myself from that shit. That but it's completely different when you're in it and you're in that moment and
Yeah,
you see when a
yeah,
child is crying or you see someone that is passing away because of a
a
gunshot
video
wound or something like that.
versus a video versus
yeah.
actually
I
being in the
understand there's a huge
moment.
difference, but I guess I'm at a point now where I don't have to hoard. You know what I mean? Like I don't watch a lot of horror movies. My girlfriend loves them. I watch like
I
I
one
fucking
hate
for
love
her
I
horror
birthday.
movies.
I watched one for
what?
her birthday, unless no, I watched more than that with her.
My
But no,
gosh.
like Walking Dead. I stopped Walking Dead because like one is a shit show. Two, I get really bad. But like two, like I don't need to see all this. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm cool. Like I can skip it. Like anything by Eli Roth, I'm probably gonna be out. Like I don't. It's fine. I'm good.
Isn't he the dude that did Cabin Fever?
Yeah, I guess. I like the one where like
I
it's
didn't
all part of a sacrifice to giant gods. What Cabin in the Woods, I think is the one I'm talking about with Thor.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that
I
version at
loved
all.
it. I
I hated
loved
that
oh,
it.
version.
which one was about the movie where the different chambers in the cabin changed to
I think
release
it's Cabin in
monsters
the
or something?
Woods.
Cabin
Yeah,
in the
Cabin in
Woods.
the Woods. I thought it was
I thought that was
fucking
Cabin Fever.
excellent. No, that's a different one. Like that's Eli Roth. That one, no, that gives you nightmares.
Okay.
Oh man, that's yeah. That I that wasn't the worst thing I ever saw
Oh, what?
that I'm comfortable talking about. That was the worst thing that
What?
Never heard
I
it.
experienced that I'm cool talking about. There's a big
I
difference.
I never heard that story,
No,
man.
no, it was about the fuck you, Wookie. Yeah.
Come on,
I
brother.
have a story involving
Come on,
shit.
brother.
If you
Wait,
want me to tell you.
no, it's not shit though. What happened was this chick at this apartment complex, whatever, they were out, throwing bones or whatever. Somebody said some shit. I'm pretty sure like she thought she was Jamaican because like I think she said boom clot before she stabbed him, like with a knife or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So I'm in her place. I gotta find this knife or whatever. And under the sink, fucking
While is this why you're caught? You're still
yeah,
police
yeah. Well, I
officer?
was cop. No, I wasn't just searching it for no reason. Like,
Okay.
no. So anyway, I'm in there, and underneath the sink there was this plastic bag, and it was filled with used tampons. The smell.
That's what you're gagging about is used tampons.
It was an HEB like bag, plastic bag filled with used tampons.
Eh.
Wow.
The smell was just haunts me. I don't know why I didn't ask her.
All
We
it
didn't have
does
a
is just smell
conversation
like
about
dirty fish. That's it.
it. Ugh.
No. What do you mean that? Why was it there?
I don't know. I didn't go back out there, but excuse me, ma'am. Quick question before we take you to jail. What's up with all the tampons? No, I
She's
didn't ask
preparing
her.
them for a blood sacrifice.
Oh, so disturbing, dude.
It's food.
What? No,
That's
I
a
don't
that's
even
a
know.
thing in
No, they
itself.
didn't even live together. Like,
Like women put blood in lasagna and around. You never heard that?
You think that's bad?
Y'all never.
Try living in an
no.
apartment. No, I got a better story that tops that shit. My mom's
Please.
hold on. My mom's third husband.
Nice.
We were all living in a 3-bedroom apartment and we were leaving. And he's so fucking petty when it comes to the apartment complex and the manager itself. He literally took a shit in every closet. Now, I'm sorry. Maybe because I'm a female, but I gagged more at that than I did the tampons.
Maybe. Like, I almost drowned in the Olympic-sized pool of shit once when I was in high school.
Yeah, hey, let's finish talking about Loki.
No, hold on. Real quick, we can get back to Loki. I mean, the show is shit, so this kind of actually is appropriate. Listen, when I was in high school, I worked for one of my cousins who owned a boring company, right? Where you bore, then you pull back like duct to be spliced with fiber optics, right? Anyway,
Mhm.
we're working in outside New Orleans, and they had like real strict rules about where you could dump, like because you have a mud that you use while you drill to keep the hole, right? And
Mhm.
you could only dump it at certain places, and one of them was like where all the septic tanks go to dump their literal shit. And it's like 4 Olympic-sized swimming pools underneath like a roof, like a tin roof, right? But they had this white powder that's covering up 2 of those pools, so we only see 2. So we backed up, and we stopped. Luckily, we stopped before we hit that first one. And I go to the back to unlock the back of it, right? And the guy I'm with, he's in there just jamming out to like Metallica. He's like, yeah, like give me fuel, give me fire, that whole thing. And we had backed it up right to the edge of that first Olympic-sized swimming pool full of shit. I started sinking into it and I'm holding on to the back of this thing and I'm being dragged under by shit and I'm screaming, but he's in there just, and finally he saw me and I was able to get myself out of it. I had to ride in the back of the truck back because like had to get rid of my boots and my pants. Could you imagine someone having to explain to my grandmother how I died because I drowned in shit?
You telling me you had a key you didn't know what it held, and you backed up into it? You had a
What?
literal key,
Well,
Tom. You just said you unlocked something.
yeah, no, there was like latches on the back of this thing that is where the mud is that you use to keep the hole lubricated as you're boring to bring back the duct.
Talk
So
about
get
a
out.
shitty day.
We don't need those. We don't need things in here.
So assassin read my mind.
Yeah, talk about it, shit.
Why was that bag under the I don't know. I don't know why it was why.
She never gave an explanation.
It never came up in conversation, Poe.
I thought you said you asked her when y'all arrested her.
I did not. No, I said that would be crazy if I'm like, before we go to jail, and we talk to you about you stabbing this guy. What's up with the tampons? Like, no, it didn't come up. Sorry.
At the end of the day, I can appreciate a guy that knows like tampons. I mean, for what they're intended for is they absorb stuff.
I get it. That's fine. But not 6 months worth.
No. So when an ex-boyfriend, he's like, I have a bloody nose, and we didn't have anything like to stop it. I was like, well, here's a tampon.
Yeah, we had him with us in Iraq for gunshot wounds. I mean,
yeah, I know, but we're driving down the street, and he's driving, and he sticks that tampon up his fucking nose, and I'm dying. I was laughing so fucking hard.
It works. I mean, it's a simple bloody hole, plug it. That's all you got to do. Have you ever seen the dudes that try to wax their nose? Like they get all the wax up in their nose and they got to pull it out.
I love when men have never had a wax before, and I'd be like, well, and they say it's not going to hurt. You poor man babies.
Dude, no, like
Poe is like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
No, like you've been waxed before, Matt. Please.
No. I tried to get Nair, but like on the bottle it's like, hey, you can't use it in the place that you're thinking about using it. I'm like, fuck. So I never used it, right? So it says you can't.
You just know you. Never. Okay.
They got
So,
sensitive bottles now or something, right?
oh, do they? Well, because I always get nervous, around my buddies, because like I'm always afraid I'm gonna cut myself in the shower and bleed out to death. Who's gonna explain to my grandmother that I died because I bled out in the shower trying to shave my balls and my taint?
Sorry, I was drinking something.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, like,
I know what you're saying, though, but I just get my shit waxed.
I mean, I no, I wouldn't. I saw the 40-year-old virgin. I don't want to.
Oh, did you see the look on Matt's face when I said that shit?
What?
I just get my shit waxed.
Yeah.
Was it a look of jealousy?
No, it was a look like of like what astonishment.
No, that was astonishment. No, like it's fine.
I'm
There
glad we
was
can
a
have this
smirk there.
conversation.
What is this? Why would you do that, Wookie? You're an asshole. Like,
Oh no, I've done that before too.
what? Why?
What?
Or like, or put like hair dye also. Yep.
Real quick, there was that trans woman in Canada that was suing these different wax places because they refused to wax his
Jessica,
woman
Unive.
balls. His
It's
woman
Jessica.
balls.
I know it's Jessica Unive. You don't. I
Yeah.
already know.
Yeah,
I
like,
never heard it.
oh yeah, she would go in, but like, I need a waxing, and they're like, we don't wax balls. How dare you? They're women balls.
What?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, I saw a meme that said like I saw a meme that said like 96% of straight men refused to go down on a female penis. And I read that and I was like, I read it as there's 4% of straight men who don't know they're gay. Like, anyways,
Hold on.
Let's see.
What? Hold
There
on.
was-
Let me mute my mic, garage door open, and we finna have a discussion
Okay.
about this.
about what? About the female penis? I accidentally cut my
About
hand
that
or
and
finger.
the 4%, both.
Yeah, I accidentally cut my hand or finger. It barely stopped. It wasn't even too deep. Can't remember how I cut it. Sometimes it's impossible to stop blood. Yeah, if you have like if you take a lot of aspirin or whatever, blood thinners, my balls are from a woman. They're woman
Oh
balls.
no! Hey, Matt. Jessica Unive has changed her name to Jessica Simpson.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she
Did
did.
she
I'm
really?
looking at the fucking Twitter page right now.
I do
So-
have manscaping. Even with that, I get nervous.
What, Poe?
I don't have manscaping. I don't have that. Yeah, maybe I should get it. So, Matt, what was that story? 4% of what? Don't know what? That they're what?
All right, so
And
may
that was
have-
written by who and what? That's like I say. It was written by
so
what?
we want details.
You know.
We want details. Let me
Jesus
see.
Christ.
I should have a copy of it because I know I had to save it because that shit was cuckoo bananas.
I can't believe these are real stories that y'all telling me this. Where have I been? Under a rock?
I mean, these things happen, bro.
I live in Atlanta.
with that.
A lot of weird shit happened, but not like this.
This is her, by the way. That's who needed her goodies shaved.
She filed a complaint or something? Or what? What
Yeah,
she did?
yes, he sued them. Multiple
And
places.
she won? Please don't tell me she won.
No, they didn't
no.
win.
Mm.
Okay.
I I love a post from May 21st says, "Thank you." What is this? The British Columbia Government News, and it says, "This is why I vote." And it just has a picture of fucking pads, and the comments are like, "Well, you'll never need this."
Oh, there was one company that had to change like their pads because they had like the Venus sign on it or whatever, and they said that it was harmful to.
No, it wouldn't. It wasn't Stay Free. Who was it?
I can't remember.
Your
Was it Maxi?
Venus,
Was it Tampax?
your
Yeah, it
Venus.
might have been Tampax.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, they had to change it because it was dangerous to have that because trans women may be offended when they're putting their pads on or whatever they do with pads.
You know what? Live your best life, but as a woman, don't fucking tell me you have this and you have that one. I know fucking well you don't. I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah. And what about that 4%, Matt? What about
I'm
that
bringing
stuff?
it up now. I just found it. I'm about to bring it up.
The 4%, huh? What is this?
It's actually only 2%.
The 2%.
Chat, I'm gonna warn y'all right now. Y'all about to surprise or not surprised if you hear this story.
What are we looking at?
So some stats on female penises.
What?
I think you said 4% of men don't know their.
Where is it? I just had it. What? No, that's what I said. That's how I interpreted it.
So are they like intersex or like
hold on.
hermaphrodites or whatever the word is?
No. And I don't think we're allowed to say any of those words.
I don't give a shit. You're not monetized anyway.
I doubt I ever will be.
You will be.
So, all right. If you can't see this, it says, I can't read it. All right. 98% of straight men refuse to perform oral sex on a feminine penis due to their bigotry and hatred of trans women. This comes from the transgender rights movement.
Can I speak?
What I said was that I look at this and I see that 2% of straight men don't know they're gay.
So you took half of it.
Half?
No, you took all of it. The whole 2%.
Yeah, 2%. I was just saying, like, I was making a joke because, like, it's like that. Those 2% of men that are like female penis. Yeah, I'll go down on that. Like, that's not.
You're ruthless.
This is not like you're not going to hear a lot of straight guys saying that. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you. I'm bisexual. Even I want a woman that have a penis, and because I'm bi.
Because you're not one. You're not going to find a woman with a penis.
Thank you. If I want a woman, I want a woman. If I want a man, I want a man. It's not in between. That's just me. I can't speak for every bisexual. I can't speak for every other human out there that what they prefer. That's just what I like as a man. So that is astonishing that people buy into that bullshit today. And they
the whole pronouns themselves as a whole, or just
I don't understand the pronouns. I don't.
Neither do I.
It's odd that they want to enforce how we talk, when they're not around. Because I don't know about y'all, but I have never used a pronoun while speaking to someone.
Me either.
If we're having a conversation, I have never said he in referring to you as I speak to you. You know what I mean? So if you have a problem with what pronouns I use for you when you're not around, you need to look into that. Because you shouldn't care what pronoun I use if I speak about you or if I speak about you whatsoever.
No, I say to you, Matt, what's up, homie? What's up, bud? I don't say what's up, him. What's up, he? That's kind of that's out of place.
Mine is these are, so that would be inappropriate.
Well, I mean, okay. I always sorry. Go ahead, Poe.
I mean, it's no disrespect, but I'm just not used to doing it. I don't understand it. It's my ignorance, I guess you could say.
No, it's.
I don't know. I'm confused.
Well,
I'm really confused.
What's his name? Patton Oswalt. Go ahead.
I don't know. I was going to just say I always grew up with LGBT. Okay, what the hell is a QIA plus?
Okay, you're forgetting the number 2. Did you get the number 2 in that?
Huh?
Okay, so it's LGBT2QAI plus.
No. N- for real?
Two-spirited. The number 2. Two-spirited. I would be intersectional. A would be asexual, and the plus would cover anything that they missed. There's also BIPOC LGBTQ2AI plus.
There's a BIPOC? What?
Yeah,
Come
they
on, y'all
separated now.
telling me this.
They've even changed the flag, the pride flag, to include like BIPOC people of the community, all
Oh,
kinds
Jesus,
of
Mary and
things.
Joseph.
Y'all are telling me this, and I'm supposed to be a part of that community, and I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck going on.
That community has left you behind.
People give me shit. You wonder why my Twitter bio when I say when I have pronouns, my pronoun is go fuck yourself. That's what my pronoun is.
You know what my
So-
pronoun is? I pay taxes, I pay my bills, and I treat everybody like a human being.
Yeah.
That's my pronoun.
Yeah, they changed the flag, the pride flag, to include
Yeah.
more groups.
I get what Poe's saying. Like I've dated guys and I've dated girls. It's just like that's it.
By the way, I found it odd anyways that the T was a part of the LGBT, because like trans, like that's not a sexual that has no relation to your sexual orientation, right? Like didn't that start to fight for the rights of people,
They prefer, yeah.
Yeah.
Versus
No,
they're
whoa.
fluid.
No. Sexual
Well, whatever.
preference is now that's now you can't say that. That is a derogative term.
What?
What is
Sexual preference.
non-binary?
Non-binary is where you don't identify as a male or female.
What is pansexual?
Pansexual is where you will have sex with anything. Whether it's a trans woman, trans man, doesn't matter.
Oh no, I'm not pan.
Someone who's non-binary. Non-binary, by the way, they can actually identify as a man or a woman at any point in time. There's this one dude that did like a podcast, whatever, and he starts off as a man, and then somewhere in there he changed his gender to female and to woman, and continued on like that for a little bit until he switched back to a man for the ending. It just happens. Oh yeah, gender fluid. Sorry, that's what gender fluid is. Non-binary is they don't identify as either one. You're right. Thanks for that. Yeah, gender fluid is what I guess referred to. Right? They go back and forth between the two binaries.
My brain hurts.
I never knew it.
Oh, this is just the tip of the iceberg here.
No disrespect to anybody out there. Like I'm bi. I didn't know. So sorry.
So the sexual preference thing that happened because of Amy. What's her name? The Supreme Judge that just got nominated. Just got
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
No, the one that replaced her, Amy Cohen Barrett. I'm close to it. Yeah. So someone asked her a question. I forgot. I think it was the senator or House, the one from Hawaii that's always on CNN. Anyway, asked her some question, and she used the term sexual preference, right? And she's like, that is not acceptable. That is a derogative term. And, the next day, like, tried to get her to apologize, whatever. As soon as she said that it was a derogative term and, like, how dare she use it, Webster on their website added to the definition for sexual preference that it can be a derogative term. As it happened. You could see it in real time.
Matt, explain that.
But that doesn't make sense because I literally have applied. As we're talking, I'm applying for jobs on Indeed, and they have like the non-disclosures where you have to like, are you a protected veteran or something like that?
Yeah,
and it says on there that basically sexual preference. Like we don't discriminate against your sexual preference. That's I literally just saw that 3 minutes ago.
I just exclude it. I don't check off. I exclude it. Because I'm confused by it now. Especially learning this today.
I took a survey on YouTube like a couple days ago, right? And it was like about the channel, right? It was like whoever runs it, do they identify as this, or do they identify as that? Are they one of these? Are they one of those? I'm like, prefer not to answer because like I know if I guess straight up put on there, I'm a cis straight white male. They're like, oh well, we have no use for this guy, because all it was they're trying to identify these people that they can use because they're going to give them like special treatment. It literally says this in the survey. Like, you can be, you can use this program or this program that we have for these people or whatever. Right. And like based on your answers or whatever. And none of that would be, available for, a straight white male. So like, I guess put prefer not to answer on everything. Gendered, I didn't give a shit. Prefer not to answer.
You're better than me. I completely lied about that survey. I said, "Yep." I said,
Yes, I'm all of these.
Any like, excuse me, any woke type thing that people were talking about. I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
Hey,
Yeah.
to be honest, a confession time for me. Back in the day, y'all remember the state standardized test we used to take in school, elementary?
Yeah.
Absolutely, the toss test. The toss.
Yeah.
Oh
yes.
yeah, the toss test.
Okay,
Yeah.
Toss test. Yep.
I used to put other because they didn't used to have mixed on there. I used to put
Yeah.
other because I'm biracial. Now on stuff because all this
You
movement
put black,
is going
don't
on.
you?
Yeah, you damn right. I'm gonna use my
Hell
fucking
yeah.
black card.
By the way, Christy, I don't think you were there, but like we took like a white privilege like survey or whatever. Like
Mhm.
he has more privilege than I do.
I
Like we have the numbers to
No,
prove
I
it.
have more his skin color privilege. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
White. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! He's a white
man.
supremacist. Oh
Did
my
we play
god!
that? Did we play
What?
that game with your UK friends? We never played that with them, have we?
No, because they're usually like this is a weird time for them to be on
We need to do that one day.
to see how much like they have.
Them being in a different country in a different setting that we live in, that would be interesting to find out. Seriously.
I'm sure they're just filled with privilege.
So assassin, I don't know what the fucking test is now. All I know is after the 9th grade, I didn't have to take anything, but they would make us like the sophomore, junior, and seniors put us in the auditorium.
Yeah.
And give us like 2 hours or something like that. But then
I
the
remember.
administration would get mad when all the answers that we would just circle as fucking A, because I didn't want to deal with this fucking shit.
Well, at least
I
y'all
mean-
got in the auditorium. We got in a stinky ass, musty ass gym with seats in the gym, and they used to make everybody that take gym class to go outside or in the cafeteria if it rained. So y'all actually had it better where I'm from.
I mean,
And they were surprised within, like, they say, "Oh, here's this," and you can open, because the little tape or whatever it is, you use your pencil to like open it up with.
mhm.
And they were surprised within 2 minutes, 57 people were already done because most of the people put A. I chose C because my name is Christy, so that's the reason why I did it.
I think
And-
statistically it's better to use C.
See, it's like 45% or 50% more accurate than any other answer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I ended up getting like a 60% on it or something like
Oh, that's
that.
not bad.
But there was one fucker who stayed the entire fucking time to actually take that shit. No.
I bet he was
So
white
that's
too.
taking. Oh, come on,
No,
man.
they were Asian. No, they were Asian.
Oh, that's of course.
They hit it nail on the head.
Wouldn't have guessed it.
The last standardized test I had to take when I was a sophomore in 2002, it was the FLE math test. That's I took 11th grade, junior, and senior year. I graduated 2004. We didn't have to take any tests over the past 2 years. But they did try to recruit us in the military. Every month we had a recruiter come there.
Yeah,
I should have went, to be honest. Yeah, I should have went, but ASVAB test and all that.
I joined for a free
pretty
t-shirt.
decent.
I never got that fucking t-shirt.
And then you got a nice bonus of it.
No, I didn't get the bonus either because I joined for a free t-shirt.
No.
When
Yeah, I
did
didn't
you
get a bonus.
join that? 2002 through 2003?
No. So after, I graduated in 02, but then I went to aeronautics school in Oklahoma. Drank too much, smoked too much, and school and I decided this wasn't the best course of action. I got kicked out. Anyway, so I went back home. I was working at a timeshare resort, and the security guard, I worked nights at the front desk, right? And the security guard and me, we used to get fucking high and shit. And we'd watch like Judge Mathis and like Judge Joe Brown,
Yeah.
and just like
on,
would
on
go
the
get
WB, right? On the
yeah
WB.
yeah yeah. By the way, there was a show back then called Street Smarts on the WB. It sucked. No
Wow.
one remembers it other than it was in the background as they held their girlfriend's hair as she puked from a long night of drinking. Anyways,
True statement. True. I've done that.
so
Yeah.
yeah, so we're high one night we're watching it, and this army commercial comes on. It's like join. This is 2004, right? So it's like join there, and shit was getting bad in Iraq. But they're like join, call 1-800-GO-ARMY and get a free T-shirt. I'm like, fuck, bro, I want a free T-shirt. So I call, and the dude shows up at my house like the next day, and
What?
I was like, yeah, okay. I was like, I don't know how you guys feel about marijuana, but if I'm gonna have to take a test soon, I mean, he's like, we'll take care of it. We'll clear, they clean like when we went to MEPS, like they cleaned out my system. The dude I went with, he was overweight, so they got some kind of cream and like that clear like shit that you use in the kitchen. Christy, you know what I'm talking about.
What?
Crisco?
The no,
Chris, like
Glad
the
wrap.
the plastic thing, yeah, like
Saran
Glad
wrap?
wrap, Saran wrap, right? And they wrapped it around his stomach and made him like do all these exercises before we went that next day. Like they didn't give a shit, dude. Like we went to a head shop to get stuff to clear out my system as we were going to MEPS. They did not give a fuck. And yeah, so I went. Dude, show me the videos. I think I would have had a better score in the ASVAB. I had a high score, but a better one. It was so cold when I took it. My nipples hurt. So I would rush through like a section of the test so I could go rub my nipples in the bathroom because they hurt so bad.
Why
They were
did they
hard.
hurt?
Because they were so hard because it was so cold in there. My nipples got so hard, they hurt. I had to go rub them.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, I
You're
mean,
right
that's so
there?
random. Dude, that's random as
That was
fuck.
so
Yeah.
fucking random.
He
Oh
didn't
Well,
say
it
I was
affected my
thirsty. He didn't
ASVAB.
say I had to pee. He said my nipples
No.
hurt.
Yeah,
He
they
said
hurt
his
like hell.
nipples hurt because they were so hard.
It was
Oh my
so
God.
cold. Anyway, so yeah, so he's going through all this whole list of jobs, and I'm like, well, what's this Calf Scout shit? He's like, I got a video to show you. And the video, man, they're on like dune buggies and dirt bikes. And the moment that got me was because it was like a tree line, and you see these guys pop out the tree line like this. I'm like, goddamn, sign me up for this shit. Do you know how many dune buggies I was on?
2.
None. Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that anymore. You know how many dirt bikes I was on?
1.
None. You know how many times I popped out at the wood line? Once. It was at Hood. We were out in the field training, and everyone stared at me like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "I saw this in the video. I'm doing this shit once before I get out." Never got that T-shirt, by the way.
Mm.
They still owe me a
See,
T-shirt.
yeah. When
Yeah,
my
really?
senior year, when I graduated, they were recruiting people like out of like 18, like when 18. So when like Operation like Iraqi Freedom and all that shit happened,
Yeah.
they were coming in droves. The recruiters were, and we we just tell them to fuck off and stuff like that because we knew were going to happen. Like when people, especially after Bush Jr. was like, we're going like basically going to the war type stuff. And it really fucking sucks for, like, not to be a downer, but like with my graduation year and stuff like that, when we did our 10-year reunion, we had 15 that were dead. So it's just like, it sucked.
Oh, for
But-
sure. Man.
Like I get people want to support the country and stuff like that, but at the same time, like I'm so that shit is some of the fucking mind meld, like what am I trying to say? Brainwashing that I've ever fucking seen in my life because of just
You may
well,
want to
I
look
mean,
around now. Like
well-
Trying
it
to make
feels
you a G.I.
almost.
Jane.
It feels very similar to what we heard on the news leading up into to OIF with everything that's happening. They're telling us
Mhm.
one thing that does not fit what we see with our own eyes. You know, like
Yeah.
the DOJ came out like yesterday, day before, talking about how the biggest threat to this country is white supremacy. What?
I remember Colin Powell over here talking about weapons of mass destruction and all that shit. All you had to
Mhm.
do was even with the BBC and all its fault, they're like, no, we have people that are protesting, but dumbass Americans and want to hoorah, but it is what it is.
Oh, I got a
I
question, Matt.
hmm.
Do your UK friends country do they preach about mass weapons weapons of mass destruction like America does? Or
What now?
are they worried about countries and doing all this? Seriously, do they cause it? As far as the media, are they causing all that hysteria?
Uh, I don't know, dude. Like,
It's just us,
like
right?
it's,
That's yeah. I feel you.
I don't know. Like they have a whole like different set of problems. You know what I mean? Over there, like
Christy,
I
it does us
kind
Americans.
of well, no, I kind of get what Poe is trying to say, but I mean, at the end of the day, like honestly, the Kim dude that's up north, like
yeah.
I mean, something happens, and it's just going to be a retaliation type thing. That's
By the way,
you never know.
real
I don't
quick,
know.
like
I think at the end of the day, I think we're gonna get eaten by zombies. That's just my personal preference.
man, as long as they're not fast zombies, I'm cool with that.
No, they're
But
gonna be
like,
fast zombies.
see, I'm done. Like, I'm just gonna give up. Like, I'm not fucking around with these things. I'm
Thank
not.
you.
Like, there's
I
too
said,
no.
bite me and get over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do
yeah,
no,
bite
not
me.
no. I don't want to be no, because like, what if you're halfway
No,
conscious as a zombie? Like, you're still aware of what you're doing. Fuck that, dude. I'll take myself out. It's fine.
you know
No,
what?
but
Hell no,
I'm gonna
I killed myself before I become a
no
zombie.
bite me. I'm gonna bite all y'all motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
by the way, so that time period with like W and stuff, Dick Cheney is one of my favorite politicians of all time. That dude.
Excuse me?
Yes, let me tell you why. Have you ever seen the interview when the chick is asking him, like, there's a lot of people like, with negative opinions or whatever about the war in Iraq. Like, what do you have to say to the people that don't agree with it? And he goes, so it's just like, what?
That should have been
So?
people's cue, Mad,
And
but
then
it
he was like,
wasn't.
no, he goes, da, 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 right? He also shot a dude in the face, had him apologize to him for, I'm sorry for all the problems I've caused you by you shooting me in the face. That is such a pimp move like that. I respect that. Not as a politician, like the dude was psychotic, you know what I mean? But like,
He's a
come on.
warmonger. That's what he
Yeah,
is.
come on. That's pretty legit, right? No, just me? All right, well.
Wasn't it a hunting?
Sure.
Sure.
He shot. Well, at least he shot him with bird shots and not a slug.
I remember because
Yes.
where is Crawley, Texas is where the ranch is. I think that's where it happened. Oh,
Yeah, I
no.
think so.
I
Wait.
know it was somewhere in I know it was in Texas, at least with what happened with Cheney shooting the person. And I remember that when that shit came on, we're just like, what? How do you accidentally shoot someone in the face?
I mean, he should have approved that budget. I don't know. By the way, what's his name from Batman, the Dark Knight series trilogy? What's his name? Kristen Bell plays Dick Cheney in a biopic.
He does. I remember
so
that.
good. He is so good in it too, dude. I like that movie a lot. You need to check it out. It's probably on Hulu. Real quick, so I got this. So you see the pillow behind me, right? This is when I was at BAMC here. So this pillow, when I was in Germany, one of the nurses asked me like why I joined, and I was high as shit. So I gave her the real reason about the t-shirt. And she came back later and was like, hey, I couldn't find a t-shirt that I thought you would actually wear, but I got you this pillow. And that pillow was with me the whole time. So
that's what's up, man. For real.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah.
You still got it?
No, my ex-wife threw it away because he's a cunt.
Are you serious?
Wait, can I say that? Oh yeah. She was a horrible person.
I love using that word. That's
not funny, dude.
She was.
See you next Tuesdays. Fuck fuck is my favorite word to use, but see you next Tuesday is isn't my other word, my favorite one to use also.
I think I'll be okay because like I'm pretty sure I could like definitively prove she is one. Maybe.
So I put in the private chat because I don't know if you want to pull it up, but there's the Vanity Fair where you see like with Dick Cheney and then Christian Bale as it. It really is uncanny. I mean, it's not the best picture, but if you,
yeah, I'm about to bring it up.
I'm pulling it up.
Yeah, it's legit, dude. Like they're so close to they're so similar. He does a great job too. And like so many times he's like, don't be alarmed. I'm having a heart attack.
Which one do you think is Dick Cheney? Which one?
Oh, the one on the right. I've seen the movie. I know.
Oh my god. Is your name fucking Poe?
Oh,
Real,
sorry.
yeah, I know.
I didn't hear you say Poe. Oh. Hey, Daniel.
No.
Good morning.
Thank you. Down to the floor.
Fucking hell, man.
Like this is
that did not happen on this trip. But yeah, no, Dick Cheney's he's my second favorite politician.
Hey, Dandelion Fluff.
Who's your first favorite politician?
Andrew Jackson.
What?
What? He was awesome. Like, okay, I get it. Like, he did some horrible things to the Native Americans. I got that. But this dude,
not just Native Americans.
But
what?
Hear me out. All right. So he was a POW in the Revolutionary War at like the age of like 12, right? Mm-hmm. He has scars on his face because while he was a prisoner being held by the British, one British officer was like, hey, shine my boots or whatever. And he was like, fuck off. And the dude cut his face, right? He had the greatest battle victory in the War of 1812, the Battle of the Beads, New Orleans, where he recruited pirates to fight for them. Do you know how big of a badass you have to be to go and convince pirates to fight for you? Yes, it was after the war technically won. Hear me out. He was also in so many duels. He dueled everybody because the chick that he was married was going to marry. She was already married to another dude, but that dude refused to go through with the divorce or whatever. So everybody just kept calling her a whore. So he kept like duel, and he was just filled with mullet with the bullets. I can't think of the name of it. The musket bullets or whatever, right? One of them. So because he had a crazy way. So his style of dueling was he's going to let you shoot first. Because, usually when you do it, like you're going to be nervous, you're going to want to try to do it as quickly as possible. And he think his idea was like, if I let them shoot first and they miss, I can take my time and aim, right? So he did this with this one guy. He was a newspaper guy and was calling his wife whore or whatever, right? The dude shoots him in the chest, and for the rest of his life, he's coughing up blood because he couldn't take it out. It was too close to his heart, right? So he sits there and he's just aiming his pistol at this guy, and everyone's like, come on, you can't. You can't, and shot him in the neck and killed him. It's because of him. Like when he was elected, right? Because back then anybody was allowed into the White House, right? Because it was the people's house. Well, so when he got elected, they had a party at the White House, and all of NASCAR fans, right? That was his people. They all come to the White House and they're just drunk. They had the people that work at the White House, whatever, had to take the kegs of beer and put them out on the lawn to coax everyone out of the White House so they can lock the doors behind them.
What?
Oh, it's so great.
I mean, but it's Andrew Jackson, though.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So this dude comes up to him. It's the first time a president was ever, like somebody ever tried to assassinate a president, right? Dude comes up to him. His gun jams. He pulls out another gun. That jams. Andrew Jackson beats him down with his cane.
I'm not saying that Andrew Jackson is he's the baddest, but he was a racist motherfucker, though. That's the thing.
I mean, look,
I didn't know
no one's perfect.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
Times were
Jesus.
different back then. Times were different.
I
Times were
know.
different. Yeah, and gotta put it in context. He was a
This
badass.
Yeah.
motherfucker. Nobody's perfect.
But yeah, I wouldn't have said that, but I'm just saying times were different.
By the way, there was somebody, I forgot where I think New York. They sent him a block of cheese, like a giant thing of cheese, like with some carving. Whenever he got elected, right? Well, he was so depressed because his wife actually died. I think it was a heart attack. They didn't know at the time, but like the way they describe it or whatever. Anyway, they had this cheese, and he was just depressed all the time in the White House, and that cheese like went old. And after he, wasn't elected or whatever, they had to air the fucking White House out for like weeks to try to get that smell out of it.
Would it smell like booty?
The cheese, yeah.
Smell like somebody cut the cheese.
No, it was just a
Mad
giant
Morgan with his random shit that he knows.
Which year did people use one bullet type of guns? I need to
I'm not sure
know.
on that.
Wait,
What?
what do you mean used one bullet type of guns?
Mullets,
Oh, you
muskets.
talking about that? So there was different types, like you got to remember with the military, they're always behind in technology because they have to try to outfit such a large force, right? So they were still using like the flint stock, with the flint, that it hits or whatever, way past where in the civilian world they already had the next best variation of it. So you would have to go back pretty far to find where you don't see any other type of, because they have all kinds of different weapons.
I
Muskets,
would
flint,
definitely.
rocks. Yeah, around 1500
Yeah.
to
Plus,
I don't. Mm,
plus, wasn't the Russians and Germans ahead of us as far as like weaponry at the time?
Of course they were.
yeah, we would use their like I think we had a contract with like some German gun maker or whatever at one point. But yeah, no, usually we would take whatever they're using and do a variation here in America.
Which was
America.
AK-7 and the SK
What the
kind of
AK-47?
assembler and the
No,
kind
no,
of
we don't do
assembler.
that shit.
I'm talking about. Didn't we use it at one point?
No, we've never used the AK-47 as a.
I thought we did. I'm sorry.
Nope.
But our variation was the SKS, right? With
Oh no, all
the bayonet thing. I thought it was. Sorry.
No. As far as like the standard issued in the military, you went from like the M1A or whatever to the M16 to the M4, which is I think is where we're at now. Yeah, AK-47 is Russian. There's two different. And you also have like the cheap knockoff somewhere
Chinese
in
version.
Asia. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, that had my 22. That's all that matters to me.
Oh,
yeah,
22,
I
that's
know.
what's up.
I've heard about you shooting at people that are on your property.
No.
Yes.
Are you? Why? What? Y'all
Well,
are badass
one
people.
is
I feel
Texas.
like a kindergarten compared to y'all. The only thing I shot at is coyotes and raccoons
I
in
will say
Mississippi.
this. I don't know what kind of. I will say this. I've never actually told the story, but it was when I was living with my mom, my sister, my brother-in-law, and their baby, and so it was a 5-bedroom house, and you have the floodlights themselves. Like my bedroom where it was the corner of the house, so it like. When that floodlight comes on, that's either an animal or someone is deliberately walking by there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, who the fuck is that? So go outside, I don't see anything, and I hear some rustling, and I know it's a person. So I get the shotgun of my brother-in-law's, and I'm going into my mom's room, and I was like, you need to fucking move. And I take a shot and out the window, and I miss the person. But the glass is
Thank
great.
God. Thank God.
The glass, they were trying to break in. They were eventually caught. But my mom, it's not even so much as that how I shot outside, but my mom was flabbergasted exhausted and like still between awake and asleep. This bitch literally just got that, like she had stopped smoking pretty much, but then she just got that cigarette out and she just lit that fucking thing. She's like, oh my God.
That was a shotgun. Wow.
I don't know what kind of. I know it was a shotgun. I don't know, like.
What if it was a 12 gauge or what have you?
Yeah.
20 gauge, 10 gauge.
Yeah, that I don't know.
As long as you know which side the boom comes from, you'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here
Yeah.
I am running outside from going outside, through said window with nothing but a long t-shirt, my socks and underwear on, trying to chase this motherfucker.
You were chasing him.
How old were you at the time? If you don't
I
mind me
was
asking?
21, 22.
Badass.
23.
That's badass.
That's
So,
Texas. Are you kidding?
that's Texas. I mean, hell, I can think of another time when, like, with the whole It craze came out, like when It was coming out, and people in my
Oh, with the
now,
clowns.
you know where Johnson County is?
Yeah.
Okay, so like with Johnson, like Alvarado, Cleburne, Rio Vista, stuff like that. And people try to think that they were going to be funny. Here's the problem with that shit, Poe. When you get out of, like, there's a small town. My sister and them, they recently moved back.
Okay.
That small town has 500 people. All right. They have one stoplight. They have all three. There's just the 3 schools for the high school, middle school. There's a little 2 convenience stores. That's it. That's the city itself. Then you get out to the country. Well, that's not city anymore. That's county. And those houses have big acres of land and stuff like that. These motherfuckers are walking down the road in like generic like clown costumes and stuff like that. And my oldest niece sees it and she gets scared. So what do me and my sister do? We lock the girls up into the fucking attic and then we get into her car and we get the guns out. And we're just sitting at the property line on her side, just waiting for them to try to cross so we can just fucking shoot them.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. You were setting up an ambush?
That's Texas
Not
for
so
you.
much as an ambush, and I think that was my most badass moment, because at that point I started smoking again. Here I am sitting on top of the hood, just lighting that cigarette, and like we're waiting. I mean, we had Johnny Cash in the background playing on the radio.
It's so Texas.
It's so Texas. It's unreal.
It's that attitude of like, fuck that. They let them come here. You know what I mean? It's that oh, who was it, man? Somebody on Kings of Comedy, right? They were talking about how like, oh, it was Cedric the Entertainer, right? He's like, you know, black people like white people hope and black people wish. You know, white people are like, man, I hope someone's not in my seat. Like, that's gonna be so awkward. And a black person's like, I wish a motherfucker would be in my seat.
And you probably say motherfucker.
I'm like a black person. I'm not like a white person. You better not be.
That's definitely like that Texas. Exactly.
Well, damn, I got a ex in Texas. I'm supposed to go see next month. I don't think I want to go see them now.
Call ahead. Call ahead is what I would say.
In Nacogdoches, born and raised, but
really?
They now live in Tyler.
Oh my God, Matt, he said it right. Oh yeah, my God.
Yeah. Now live in Tyler though.
Shit. Okay. Yeah, I know Tyler very well. Loop 323. Growing up before like GPS, man, like my dad, he'd be like, "Hey, I need you to, go to Tyler and do this or whatever," and I would be like, "Is it on the loop?" No, I'm not going. Because inside of the loop in Tyler is just roads that are like this, make no fucking sense. So if it wasn't on the loop, I'm not going to it. Sorry, like it's not happening.
Are y'all familiar with Troop, Texas?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No.
I have family that used to live there.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived outside Tyler, Edom, Brownsburg, Chandler area.
My mom grew up. My mom and them grew up in Tyler, but I haven't been to Tyler in like 25 years, 30 years. So
I haven't been in like 15, 20 years myself.
It's been a long time. I was under 10 last time we went.
I got another ex down there in Galveston.
So all your exes live in Texas, huh?
Like legit.
Got two. Got two. Seriously, yeah.
No.
No, because that wouldn't be Texas.
No.
But I agree though.
I do have zip ties though.
Oh,
Of course.
Like, I'll tell you this. I mean, like, my real dad's passed away. I mean, he was around some, but not really. At this point, I just call him sperm donor, even though he was around. The song "All My Exes Live in Texas" was meant for him because he was such a horn dog. And guess where he hung his hat? In fucking Tennessee.
Wow.
And then his exes, his baby mamas would call my mama and be like, "Where's Mikey at?" My mom was like, "I don't know."
Damn.
Did you try the other one?
No. Like,
Just have it like like in the army, you know, like whenever something had to be passed down, like there would be a phone call, like breakdown. This person calls this person, calls this person, calls this person. It feels like your dad did that with baby mamas. Like each one calls the next one to try to find them.
there's a reason why my mom is my dad's favorite ex. It was my dad's favorite ex. And the only one that he married.
Oh, wow.
That's funny.
You a trip, Christy.
Dude,
I
this
try to
video
be.
thing and the video in the back is really cool. Like I don't know if y'all have noticed it. I just threw one in there to see if like what it looked like, but like
I have no
if
idea
this
what you're talking
repeats.
about.
So behind us, right? You can see a video going. Here, I'll use a different one.
No, I don't.
I see it in the YouTube.
Is that easier?
Is it on YouTube?
Oh, can y'all not see the video being played behind us?
No, we can't see it here. No. Oh,
What
now
does
I
it look-
see it. Yeah, it's blue.
Okay, I see this. I see it now.
It's now
Okay.
popping.
The other one was more subtle. Like this is the one that I was doing. Like just the red lines will move.
Yeah, now that you
Yeah,
said it, I notice it now.
Yeah, I guess
The
I was
shading.
just trying one out. But it's pretty cool, dude.
Good.
And it just repeats the video, so you don't have to worry about keep playing it over and over again.
So what made you go to Restream instead of StreamYard?
I saw Wes talk about it a few days ago that he tried it out, and I just figured I'd try it out as well. You get like
What's
a
the
7-day trial.
What's the party limit on it?
10, I believe.
10, just like you StreamYards. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with StreamYards, the 10 is like the paid version though.
Oh, I don't
it
know if
is?
there is a free version on this one. I'll be honest.
Oh, okay.
And it can get pretty expensive the higher you go, but at the lowest level, like it has a lot of benefits. You know, 1080p, 60 frames.
So I can't.
Yeah, you got overlays. I mean, in the background stuff, and you have like all the different types of layouts you can do and stuff.
And they haven't froze up yet.
And then like so the chat, like you know what I mean. Like I like that you can have that. Like there's some really cool stuff, man. And you can use like if you have a preferred one on like OBS or whatever, if your layout is on OBS, you can use that instead.
Okay, so
yes,
it integrates.
confuses me.
I didn't know it integrates.
Like I'm using OBS as like camera right now. It took me so long to figure out what I was doing just with that, and I don't even think I'm doing it right.
Well, you're streaming, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
It
You're
froze
making it
several
work.
times. What froze?
Not from us. They haven't frozen. I'm gonna tell you this, Matt. The only thing, because I'm watching both. I'm watching us live, and I'm watching it on your channel too. The only thing, click the live button on YouTube just to keep it up to speed. That's the only thing I had to do so far. I clicked it twice since we've been talking over an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah. So we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it there.
Yeah, I was about to say I gotta.
I gotta get going too.
Soul Assassin's comment. I was like, yeah, I gotta head out.
Yeah.
I gotta drink a beer and do some hedges.
Drink a beer.
All right. So I haven't loaded up all the clips, but I do have an outro. Poe, Christy, do y'all have anything? Christy, when are we doing the Walmart thing?
When people start shopping at Walmart more and post shit to people at Walmart.com.
Fine. I'll wait.
That's when.
As far as me, Street Smarts.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
there.
3 p.m. today. Yep. Oh, we are starting.
Yeah.
We're doing the first part. I asked Christy. Christy was one of the first people I ever asked to be on that show.
And
She
what did
did
I
not.
say?
You did not respond.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. I said no.
No, you didn't. Not on
Cold-blooded.
Twitter.
Yeah, I said no.
Oh, okay. Why'd you say it like that?
I'm just being honest. Like when people ask me, like they just like, well, Chris, we asked Christy, and I was like, yeah, I said no.
I didn't know you responded. I just thought you ignored me the whole time. Eh,
No, I said no.
That's
Aw.
fine.
Because of the time that
Yeah.
it's on. So
But
I
tomorrow,
couldn't
though.
guarantee.
Oh yeah, yeah. We made it. We got along without you. No, but
Oh.
tomorrow we're gonna do the first part of a talking cat. If you don't know what this is, it was directed by a guy who's known for gay porn. It is shot at a location for where they would shoot porn, but it's not. It's a family movie. But every scene, you're just like, wait, are they about to fuck? Like it has that porn energy to it. Does that make sense?
With the music.
Coming from your mind, yes.
With
Yeah.
the music.
It's and there's a talking cat too. It's Cuckoo Bananas and it's gonna be great.
How the fuck
Alright.
are there? Okay.
All right.
Anyway, Chris, do you have anything coming up? Anything you want to say?
No. If I post a video, I will. If I don't, I don't.
Oh shit.
All right, that's it.
Can you
This,
see me in
this,
the, I don't give a shit anymore. Just see me in the chat or something like that. I'll
See
say,
me in the
say
chat.
hi. Yeah. See
All
me.
right.
I'll see you in the chats.
this outro is not gonna make sense to y'all, but fuck it.
I gotta see this.
Eternity, loyalty, honesty will stay together through thick or thin. Friends forever will be together. We're on top 'cause we play to win.
That was good. That was good. That felt right.